the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Arlo, in your Monday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
People walking by, what the hell is going on here?
These people are here for serious medical reasons, and we're yelling at them.
Thanks very much for tuning in. Children's Hospital Los Angeles is the Make March Matter campaign, and we got so much going on. John, I want to hit right off the bat these auction items that end at midnight tonight, 11:59 p.m. First of all, this one, I'm surprised, is it going at $500. Dodger game with me, Trav, and Bergman. $500 is the current bid.
And let me clarify on that. Well, Greg, you're saying it's more than that now?
Oh, it is more?
Yeah, he's going to check
Okay,
it.
I checked a little while ago.
But this is, when I first saw this, I was under the assumption, so there's three of you. I have to go by myself. But that's not the case, right?
That is not the case, right,
Greg,
Bergman?
they can bring a guest.
They bring a guest.
You guys are going to pay for 5 tickets?
Right.
Okay.
So it's me, Travis, Bergman, and you and a guest. The bidding, I've got it at $500, Bergman. Do you have it at higher?
610.
610. All right, so the bids are coming in. Golf foursome with John Ireland and James Worthy. Damn, that's $1,500.
That's what I'm talking about.
Very nice. ESPN studio experience with Ramona Shelburne, $365. Now, come on, people. You know she's going to tell you so much stuff in as many words as possible. Why would you miss that? The bidding is at $365. Host the Blue Review with Corporate Greg and Parker Bell. $315. Very nice. USC football game.
That's too low to host the Blue Review.
Yeah,
that should go for more money. This is your Greg. How long is the Blue Review? Like 15 minutes? About
25 minutes.
So that's basically 25 minutes on the radio in Los Angeles. Get with it, people.
USC football game with me. VIP tailgate experience, sideline passes, all that stuff. Now, $770.
Let's highlight that for a second.
Yes.
Okay. If you've never been on the sidelines at a USC game,
cool.
It's impossible to explain.
Yep, it's amazing
how inside the ropes you are. I mean, it is.
You're down there with Denzel and Jerry Bruckheimer and all the
Vince Vaughn and Will Ferrell and
everybody
Snoop
down there.
Yeah, it's great.
The bidding is at $770 for that, and then a live play-by-play experience at a local sports team event. Either done play-by-play by Travis, Cappy, or me is at $110. That's probably a Cappy gig, I think.
What
Cappy?
Explain what that is.
So, Bergman, you show up. We show up at your sporting event, and we do play-by-play to the crowd. Is that right? To the crowd. Okay, that's good.
That'll be fun.
Hey, buddy, what's
up? So do
up?
you have like a little league team?
Look at that smile on that kid.
Look at that smile.
Hey,
very nice.
How you doing?
He's never seen radio happen before. He'll be
looks
bored
like he
in a
has
second.
very comfortable pajamas, by the way. I'm very jealous.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And great hair.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I'm very jealous of his pajamas and his hair. Both of them.
Great hair.
So if you want to bid, go to
and his smile, Laura. Look at that smile.
710-4CHLA.com. 710-4CHLA.com. We're going to talk to some of the important doctors here at Children's Hospital today. And we're also going to talk some Lakers who've got 16 games left now, 7 of them against some combination of OKC, Houston, Denver, Memphis, Golden State.
By the way,
the 5th toughest remaining schedule.
5th toughest, but the toughest among playoff teams that are going to be in the playoffs. So they have the hardest schedule. And here's the most fascinating thing about where the Lakers are right now. And we're going to talk a lot about this today, but they are a game and a half out of the 2 seed.
Yep.
But they're 2.5 out of the 7.
I know.
That's how bunched up it is between the two. Oklahoma City's going to win going away. But then it's Denver, Houston, Memphis, Lakers, Warriors, Timberwolves, all bunched up and separated by less than 4 games. And so these 16 are going to determine it. 8 home, 8 road. But and I say this speaking from experience, Maze, I've never seen a grind like we're going through right now.
I believe it.
We have 7 games in 10 days.
That's ridiculous.
I don't remember. If you ask me, tell me what town you slept in for the last week.
Right.
I couldn't do it. I did a game in Milwaukee on Thursday, a game in Denver on Friday, a game here yesterday. I got a game tonight. I got a game Wednesday night. I got a game Thursday night. I got a game Saturday and Sunday morning, back on the road for 4 more.
It's amazing.
So the reason I bring all this up is I don't think Luka and LeBron are going to play in all these games. It's just too much.
Right.
And so if I had to guess, they're going to strategically plan it. They almost got away with this in Denver the other night.
Oh, my God. It was so close.
They had 6 rotation players out.
What a gutty performance
and Austin
that was.
Reeves and Dalton Connect almost pulled off a miracle.
Yeah.
With 53 seconds left, they were up by 3.
And then they just gave up that run.
Yeah, JJ took the blame after the game. He said that he didn't have the right defense when Jokic got the and one. That tied it. And then I'm so sick of watching Jamal Murray beat us with late game shots. Seriously. I know JJ and this staff weren't here last year. I was talking to Scott Brooks after the game. I go, we've all seen that record 100 times. Just take the ball out of Murray's hands.
Yeah.
I'll live with Michael Porter beating us or Aaron Gordon beating us, but I can't take Jamal Murray anymore.
Yeah.
And by the way, Reeves and Connect took all the energy out of the Nuggets. The next night, they lost at home to the Wizards, who have the worst record in the NBA.
Right.
Jordan Poole threw in a circus shot. So these are all related because these teams are so close.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure it matters where the Lakers finish 2 through 7, but I don't want them in 7.
Right, 2 through 6 is ideal.
Right.
7 is what you want to avoid.
But take a look at.
Then you could potentially get OKC in the first.
Okay, but they're all. No, you won't. You wouldn't get OKC
unless you
7.
wind up the 8.
Yeah, the 8's going to get that. But here's the thing you got to pay pretty close attention to. We already talked about the schedule and how the Lakers have a harder schedule than everybody else. Golden State has won 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Minnesota's won 7 in a row.
Hot.
Houston has won 6 in a row.
Yep.
They're all surging like horses in a horse race, and the Lakers have won 1 of their last 5.
Right.
Because we lost those 4 games. So I'm hoping to get this one tonight. San Antonio had no De'Aaron Fox, no Victor Wembanyama. I don't know. I'm waiting. We'll have keep listening.
Right.
Because I
Fox
get a text.
had season-ending knee surgery, right?
And on his hand.
Gone.
On his hand.
Oh, on his hand.
And
okay.
Wemby, he broke his pinky, De'Aaron Fox. On his shooting
got
game.
it.
So he's done. Wemby's done with that thrombosis, the blood clot thing. They did win the other night. They did beat New Orleans the other night, and they beat us by 20 in the first game after the fire.
Right.
So we could lose, but I think we win tonight. Kind of keep pace with everybody. The tough back-to-back. And by the way, on top of everything we've already talked about, third back-to-back in the last week is Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, that's just crazy. So it was 6 and 8, 7 and 10.
Right. And so the Lakers need to just chalk up as many minutes. They got 8 home, 8 road.
Yep.
Get as many of these as you can and hope that you land up somewhere in the top 6. I think once you do that and avoid the play-in tournament, if you can get everybody healthy, the Lakers have a chance to go as far as anybody. Oklahoma City's going to be the 800-pound gorilla that somebody's going to have to beat. But
the rest of it's just kind of everybody
I would pick the Lakers in a series against every other team. And now, Mace, including Denver. I've seen the last 2 Laker-Denver games. We're going to play them again on Wednesday. Probably no LeBron. But they no longer put fear in the Lakers.
Yes.
You know, those Denver teams that won 8 out of 9, that doesn't exist
They just
anymore.
escaped that game the other night.
Right. And the last time we played there in the middle of February when we had Luka and LeBron, we blew them out.
Yep.
And so I think the Nuggets don't want to play us.
Yes. But tonight is a game you've got to put in the bank.
Well,
tonight is a night you've got to win.
I said, I'm going to get a text at some point during our show telling me who's in and who's out tonight. If Luka plays, I think we win tonight.
Yes.
Let's see. But
I would much rather play.
He turned that ankle last night, the one that's been sore, and so I don't know if he's playing.
But I'd much rather have him tonight than Denver or Milwaukee, which
if he plays tonight,
really
he gets
tough
tomorrow
matchups.
off.
Yeah, he gets the day off. You're right. You're right.
And they have great physical therapists, and we're in a hospital today. Medical care is going to be a big part of these last 16 games.
And
they got a great staff for that.
Potentially, LeBron could be back for that road trip.
That's what I talked to McManaman yesterday, and he thinks that's and Dave's not reporting this.
Right.
This is I just asked him for his opinion. He said, my guess is Orlando next week is the first time we see LeBron, which means he'd miss tonight. He would miss Denver Wednesday, Milwaukee Thursday.
Chicago
Tough to win
Saturday.
either one of those without LeBron. Think you could probably beat Chicago without him, but we'll
probably.
see. We'll see.
And then at Orlando, at Indiana, at Chicago, and at Memphis is the road trip.
And that's no cakewalk.
No.
Orlando just beat Cleveland in Cleveland.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Boy, Cleveland, yeah. I tell you what, I think that there is the potential for unbelievable matchup magic during this
in the West.
In the West.
Oh, you're going to get something. And can you imagine
series.
how much fun it would be? Lakers, Warriors, LeBron against Steph. I mean, that
will break the ratings records.
That would be awesome. Or how about if the Lakers unfortunately did drop to the 7? You know who's in the 8?
Clippers?
Yep.
Yeah, Clippers.
Clippers in a
by the way, Clippers are playing well now.
Elimination for the Clips.
That's crazy.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that's crazy. All that stuff's going on. I wanted to give a shout-out to the unsung hero from yesterday's game. I thought Jordan Goodwin was terrific. It doesn't show up in the box score.
They love him.
But he was the primary defender for much of the game on Devin Booker.
You know why?
Did just an amazing job because they were on the practice squad last year. He probably practiced against Devin
him every
Booker.
day. He played 50 games for the Suns last year.
So good.
And so that was super smart. JJ and that staff is great.
Yep.
I mean, they don't mess around.
Their attention to detail is
and they're,
incredible.
like he says, they're basketball sickos, and so somebody obviously noticed. I'm guessing it was Greg St. Jean, who's one of our assistant coaches, who was an assistant in Phoenix last year.
Yes.
Probably said, hey, Jordan Goodwin has played against Booker 100 times.
Yep.
And could probably give him fits. Boy, Phoenix is a broken team, aren't
they?
they?
They are. I don't
There
know.
were a couple of plays where they just left Luka by himself at the three-point line. What are you doing?
Yeah, Luka wide open. And, they've reached that point where I think they're just thinking 1, 2, 3 Cancun. Are they not?
Right.
They look like they're playing 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
And I was talking to some people for the Suns. They think there's a real possibility they're going to fire Mike Budenholzer after 1 year, and that would mean 4 coaches in 4 years.
There's no way to win.
Yeah. I mean, there's no consistency.
Yeah.
They should have kept Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel last year was 9 games over 500, and they're 7 games under.
Yeah.
So they're moving in the wrong direction.
All right, coming up next for you, one Dallas Cowboy describes what the city has been like since Luka Doncic was traded and the high school basketball team that stepped way over the line. Make March Matters campaign happening at Children's Hospital. We're live here on 710 ESPN. Thank you very much. It's time to Chumba. Chumba Casino is the spot where you can play online casino games all the time. And Chumba Casino is located at ChumbaCasino.com. Can you tell I'm vamping until I get this script open? The action never stops.
Chumba, you can bet anytime, anywhere.
Anytime, anywhere, for free. No purchase necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo, solitaire, and slots, and so much more. Hundreds of games. You never run out of action. The kicker, they're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. You could redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up. Take your shot. Let's chumba. Head to ChumbaCasino.com.
Available
Mason
only
and
to
Ireland,
players in the
710
US, excluding
ESPN.
Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Mason and Ireland, 710
Quentin
ESPN.
Byfield just won't.
Sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, it's Andy Kamenetsky. ESPN-LA is proud to partner with Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, helping kids get the breakthrough care they need. CHLA gives families hope with leading-edge research and treatments. ESPN-LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 experiences like co-hosting Lakers Talk with me one night. Every dollar raised goes to CHLA. Visit 710forchla.com to bid. That's 710forchla.com to make a difference today.
Michelle Smallman here. Do you want to be at the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft. Experience the thrill of the draft firsthand and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't wait. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
On this Monday, we are live from Children's Hospital Los Angeles, 710-4CHLA.com. Raising money for the kids. 710-4CHLA.com. Once again, back to the biggest show on the radio and back to Mason in Ireland.
All right, live at Children's Hospital. And, you know, John, in an alternate universe, I am a doctor.
You are not.
Oh, I am a doctor.
You just said you can't even look at needles going into your body.
I would do it. I would do it very carefully.
Yeah,
I would
right.
do it very. No, I'd be a great doctor, but wasn't smart
You'd be
enough.
a terrible doctor.
And didn't have the patience to go through all those years of med school.
No, plus you'd walk in all stoned. And it'd be like, this guy's operating on me? He's stoned.
Yeah. So we were talking a little bit about the Luka and the Lakers. Obviously, great performance yesterday, near triple-double as the Lakers beat Phoenix. And
I still can't believe he's here. I really can't.
I can't either. It's amazing when you see
they let
it.
that guy go. I mean, come on.
One Dallas Cowboy, C.D. Lamb, says that the town has just not been the same since Luka got traded. Hit it, Brian.
I ain't gonna lie. They killed the city with that one.
Bro.
I wasn't even expecting that. I don't even know.
Brutal.
I think that happened at I don't even know what time it happened. But I remember where I was when I saw it and I thought it was fake. Because I saw it on a tweet and it didn't have it was just a tweet, just the words. You know what I'm saying? You know how they do a mass.
I thought it was fake too.
Yeah.
I think that was most people's reaction.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Shams over the weekend, and he said that when he first reported it, he had over 300 texts in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just everybody checking with him like, hey, have you been hacked? Is this true? And he's like, it's good. I'm good.
It's crazy.
It's true.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the guy that went to City Hall and complained about the Luka trade? I mean, there was other things in there talking about the family and what they want to do with gambling.
Went to the Dallas City Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, they're destroying us. They're destroying our morale. And I was like, wow, it's deep down there.
Oh, yeah. No, think about it. If you trade the greatest star from your franchise, the one who has, led you to the finals as recently as last year, to move him is just insanity.
It would be the equivalent if we would have traded Kobe. Imagine if we would have traded Kobe.
Right.
And the reaction to it.
100%.
Mace, you and I were, I think, just on the air when the Dodgers traded Mike Piazza.
Yes.
And that was similar. Like, the reaction was, wait, what?
Yeah.
You don't want to pay him? He's the greatest hitting catcher in the history of baseball. What do you...
Now, okay.
I think Dallas didn't think it through, but we'll take it.
Didn't.
We'll take
clearly
it.
Didn't. By the way, the day of that trade, I've told this story before, not the same story. We were doing the show on TV that day.
Okay.
On Fox Sports West 2. And Christopher Cross was a musical guest that day. We were doing a very different kind of show. So Christopher Cross came in and played the song Sailing while they showed Mike Piazza highlights. Like sailing away.
Yeah, and I think Tommy Hawkins was in that
Tommy
day.
Hawkins was in. Oh, yeah, what a day. What a day. So, John, you came across the story, high school basketball team. By the way, at some point, a clock would be super useful here. High school basketball team stepped way over the line. In an event that happened over this weekend. After a loss, a high school basketball team, as it turns out, began pelting the ref
with like bottles and stuff. And this is all on video.
Garbage. It's all on video.
Did you watch the video?
I watched the video.
Okay.
It's amazing.
I've never seen anything like this. And so basically they didn't think the calls went their way. And this is an older guy. This guy's probably in his 60s.
Yep.
And they knock him down. And finally, the cops got involved and basically carried him out like they were taking Beyonce off the stage, and got him out of the building. But my question is for everybody, for you and for anybody who calls sports graffiti, Laura, what's the appropriate punishment to that team? The first thing I thought was death penalty. They don't deserve to have a team. But then I realized I'm punishing future kids.
Right, correct.
For something that these idiots did. So I think anybody that threw anything at the official suspended for life. Your high school career is over. I would kneecap the team for the rest of this season, and I might mace just to make sure everybody.
Coach has got to be fired, John. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Coach has got to be fired. You're throwing stuff at the official. I'm sorry.
But would you kneecap him next season?
Well, you know what?
You're going to fire the coach. You're going to suspend any player who threw anything, and you're going to end their season immediately this year.
Right.
But do you say, you know what? We got to make sure that no one ever does this again. You guys are now like basically what college football did to SMU.
Yes.
The death penalty for 1 year. And you'll have a new coach, and you would have time.
This guy's fallen. He's on the ground.
He's older, too.
Yeah. What's the appropriate punishment?
I think coach fired because
any player threw anything done for the year.
And any player
is that it?
Just done.
Is that it?
Because there's nothing left to the year. How much basketball is there to be played?
Well, this is where the playoffs
in
are.
Benton Harbor, Michigan.
Yeah, this is probably the ended their season. You're right. So I think you have to hit them next year.
You have to hit them next year. Yeah.
Laura, what would you do?
So definitely fire the coach. Definitely kill the season and next, and also
you would kill next
and
year.
and make sure that all these players go through some type of training because this is unacceptable. And the parents too. I mean, take care. Like what?
Yeah.
As
where
a parent,
were the adults in the room
crazy.
here?
How much of it, if the coach is throwing stuff, is that not a green light to throw stuff? If you see your coach doing it, do you not assume, oh, that's okay?
Sure.
We're throwing stuff at the ref.
Sure. It's like when Woody Hayes punched that guy in the stomach.
Exactly.
And they fired him the next day, and he was an icon in Ohio.
Yes.
You were living in Ohio when that happened.
I was living in Ohio. He was punched that Clemson guy.
Right.
Right in the middle of a bowl game.
And I think once you see that, you would come to the conclusion that guy should not be coaching kids. You know, that he clearly doesn't get it.
No, does not.
And by the way, let me tell you guys out there listening, refs miss calls every single game. There was a game we did last week where Luka got fouled 7 or 8 times in Brooklyn, and they didn't call anything. It looked personal to me.
Yes.
But you got to live with it. It's you're not always going to get calls.
Yeah, I mean the thing about Luka is he seems to be fueled by a lot of grudges.
Right.
Which is good. Which is great. And I think he, I always wonder. So Luka has never committed a foul, clearly.
Yeah, Magic was the same way.
But does that help when you complain to the ref, or does that hurt when you complain to the ref?
Well, I think refs are human. So I think that if you do it respectfully, and Luka doesn't always, Luka's very theatrical, but if you do it respectfully, I think he does maybe look the next time. Like what I would do if I got hit, I would quietly walk over to the ref, like during a free throw, and say, hey, on that last exchange down there, he hit me pretty good on the arm. I know you didn't see it, but keep an eye out for it. I think a ref is more receptive to that than, what the F are you doing, and me throwing my hands up in the
showing
air.
him up.
Right. Because then I think it works against you.
Yeah.
So there's a way to do that, and I think that Luka could be better. But having said that, now that he's on our team,
hey, it's working. I don't care.
No, now that he's on our team, he gets fouled a lot, and they don't call it. Most superstar players, I used to say about Shaq, either committed a foul or got fouled on every play.
Yeah.
Luka's like Kobe. They hit him pretty much every play.
Yeah, they do.
I understand his frustration.
All right, coming up next for you, we're going to talk to some of the doctors here at Children's Hospital Los Angeles as we continue with our their Make March Matters campaign. And, of course, we are helping them with all that with our auction items. We'll have details on that coming up as well. Mason, Ireland, live from CHLA, 710 ESPN.
Okay, so you've heard us talking about the Gafote, the Lakers' greatest fan of all time. The entry window is now closed, but you guys, the listeners, are going to determine who wins the Gafote. ESPN LA and BBGO are still in the hunt to find that greatest Laker fan of all time. Voting starts tomorrow, March 18th, and goes for 6 days until March 24th. Just write this down so you have it and you can start voting tomorrow. LakersGafote.com. Lakers, GFOAT.com. Lakers Gafote's going to win huge prizes. Courtside seats, VIP tour of the UCLA Health Center, a year's supply of BBGO, and a whole lot more. They're going all out, the Lakers and BBGO, to reward whoever wins this. So vote for yourself. Vote for your favorite Laker fan. Go to LakersGafote.com. One more time, LakersGFOAT.com. Voting starts tomorrow.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
First class, up in the sky. I mean, come on, man.
You can be up there with me, Captain.
Nah, your contract's different than mine. Mine is.
You need to get a better deal, bro.
Back by the bathroom, up in the sky. He's in economy.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
On this Monday, we are live from Children's Hospital Los Angeles, 710-4CHLA.com, raising money for the kids. 710-4CHLA.com. Once again, back to the biggest show on the radio and back to Mason in Ireland.
We are live from Children's Hospital Los Angeles, the Make March Matter campaign happening, and we've got a great opportunity today to talk to some of the doctors who are making such a difference in the lives of kids here at CHLA, and we're joined right now by Dr. Jesse Berry. Thank you so much for coming by, Dr. Berry.
So when we met, Jess, I said to you, you specialize in retinoblastoma, which is basically cancer of the eye, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Very rare. Cancer of the eye in kids.
Very rare, but Tatum Fisher, Derek Fisher's daughter, we all became familiar with this because he was playing for the Jazz, and one of the reasons he asked to be traded back to the Lakers was that Children's Hospital was here.
That's right.
And they specialize in retinoblastoma. And you in particular, I when somebody told me this, they said, ask Jess about liquid biopsy. And to me, biopsy has always meant you go in, take a piece of tissue, sample it, and you can't really do that with somebody's eye.
Yeah, it's hard.
So explain to me, what's liquid biopsy? How does it work?
Yeah, so retinoblastoma, it's an eye cancer, gained a lot of awareness, thankfully, due to the Fisher family, and you cannot directly biopsy that tumor. So any other cancer in adults or kids, you think about taking a piece of the tumor, putting a needle in, and getting a diagnosis.
Obviously can't do that with somebody's eye.
Right.
Yeah.
Cannot. And in fact, it changes the prognosis for life for children if you do that.
Okay.
So all these other cancers have therapies that are directed based on the biopsy. And this rare cancer in kids, robbing them of their vision, their eyes, even their life, if untreated, we couldn't do that. So is
that what inspired you to kind of create this liquid biopsy?
Yeah, so we thought outside the box and said, if you can't do a biopsy, what else can you do? So a liquid biopsy means you take a liquid that's near the tumor or around the tumor. It can be blood, CSF. In this case, it's aqueous humor, which is fluid from the eye.
Okay, and then you can tell what the next course of treatment is based on that biopsy.
That's our goal, yeah. So right now we can diagnose.
Can you believe that?
No, that's amazing.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, that's that. And, one thing Derek said was he was very thankful that you guys were all here. Yeah. I know you weren't particularly here yourself yet, and you came a little later, but that's something that I think Children's Hospital doesn't get enough credit for. If you live in Los Angeles, I was talking to somebody earlier, and she had a great line. She said, we hope you never have to come here.
Sure.
Yeah.
But if you do,
that's right.
We've got you covered.
Right.
Yep.
And this is a good example of that.
I tell my patients all the time, you want to not need me.
Right. Yeah.
But if you do, I'm here, right?
It's a great way of looking at it.
Rare pediatric eye cancers.
Actually, I was going to ask you this. You experienced loss during the Altadena fire, right?
We did. Yes.
So describe what happened.
Yeah, so I had actually taken over at CHLA as the lead of the Vision Center, which is the ophthalmologist here on Monday, January 6th, and then on January 7th, I know, two big things. On January 7th, we lived on Eaton Canyon, so we lost our home. In Altadena. Yep. Our children lost their school. The whole community there is really decimated.
How's your recovery going? Have you found a place to live? Have the kids found a school, or is that still ongoing?
It's a long process, and it's ongoing. Actually, in about an hour, they are going to be there to clear the debris from our home. So a step forward in the process.
And is it your intention to rebuild?
Ultimately, yeah. I mean, we loved Altadena. The community there is really special. The people were fantastic. Our kids loved it. And we're really sad and grieving the loss of that community.
And obviously you're dealing with kids. I always wonder just the emotional toll it takes on you as a doctor to work with kids that are in. Describe that, and then you layer this on top of that. It's got to be really tough right now.
Yeah, people ask me that all the time. How do you manage it? The truth of the matter is, I never leave CHLA not knowing that I helped a kid. And that brings me so much energy.
I was going to say, that's like the most rewarding thing
it's so
ever.
Rewarding.
Mason and I are talking about sports on the radio.
Yeah.
I mean, you ever feel as inferior as we're going to feel today?
No,
never.
Well,
never.
If as many people listen to me as listen to you, you never know.
Well, that's why we're here. Yeah, we want to get, and we should say, too, that retinoblastoma is not all that common, but it is out there.
Yeah.
And if you have it, you should go to a specialist, right?
Yeah.
How do you know you have it?
Yeah, so thank you for asking that question. It is the parents who pick this up. So in general, a kid can have it in one or both eyes. Most have it in one eye, so that means their visual development is completely normal. These are young kids, often not verbal. They're not saying, hey, Mom, I can't see.
Because they're too little.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And they're eating, they're moving around, they're walking, at least for our kids that only have it in one eye. So the kids who have it in both, they're picked up earlier because you can tell they're not visually developing. But the unilaterals, you can't tell.
How young can you diagnose retinoblastoma?
Before birth even.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So if I'm born on a Monday, you can tell in the first week if I've got it?
Yeah, so we wouldn't.
How do you do that?
I look in your eye.
And you can tell by looking at it.
Yeah, I look in your eye and I do some specialized imaging. And because, again, it's rare, but I see so much retinoblastoma, I know what it looks like.
So if a kid comes to you, what's the prognosis for this? What are the variety of outcomes?
Yeah, thankfully, at Children's Hospital Los Angeles in the United States, it's really good. We save almost all of our kids' lives. You can't say that for most pediatric cancers, but you can for retinoblastoma. We save the majority of eyes, and we're working on being better and better to save vision in these eyes as well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I can't believe that she can diagnose it. But you said before birth in some cases?
You can before birth in some cases. Now, you
medicine
have to be
is
looking.
astounding.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's crazy.
You don't always know to look in that case, obviously. That's what happens. You don't know to look. It's a new cancer. There's no family history. And so it shows up when parents start to see a glow in the child's eye.
What have the advancements been? Obviously, liquid biopsy is one of them since you originally started in this field, in this specialty.
Yeah, so we've gotten better at giving chemotherapy and other treatments local to the eye, either injecting into the artery that leads to the eye, now injecting directly into the eye various agents. And my big goal, so getting liquid biopsy across the finish line, was about providing the kind of treatment that cancer needs, the same way that we do personalized treatment for other cancers.
Do other hospitals do liquid biopsy? Is it unique to CHLA?
They send it all here. So we have hospitals around the country and, frankly, the world that are involved in this from a research standpoint, but this is now a clinical test, and so we get samples all the time. Just this year, I can say that this has saved 3 children's lives. So when you can look in the eye and see retinoblastoma, an expert can diagnose it.
Right.
But when you can't see because there's a cataract or blood in the eye, it can be very difficult. And there were 3 cases where there was blood, wasn't clear that the child had this cancer, and the liquid biopsy diagnosed it. And so it saved that child's life.
And are you
That's
personally doing the liquid biopsy?
Well, I was. Now that it's a clinical test, it goes to our clinical lab.
Okay.
But yes, this all started in our
Do you
laboratory.
get nervous when you're doing stuff? I mean,
I think I can probably say more than most surgeons have taken more fluid out of the eye, and I'm still the one who takes the fluid out.
Oh, okay.
So it's the tube that you remove it's about the size of a human hair.
Yeah.
It's done under a microscope, and we're microsurgeons, so we're used to it.
Well, I think I speak for a lot of people, Jess, when I say we're very happy that you're here.
Yeah.
It's astounding that you guys are doing this stuff, and good for you, and we encourage anybody who thinks that their child has vision problems to reach out to CHLA, and hopefully you can help them.
Yep, that's right. We have a great team. We can take care of every vision problem, front of the eye to the back of the eye, and I've got a great group here. Real proud to be
awesome.
here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
You
Really appreciate
You were great.
it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's amazing.
Laura, are we doing wheel? You got a question or no?
I do have a question.
Okay.
Throw it out.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
hang around.
Just
for
hang
this.
around. We're going to play
this
Wheel
is
of
something we
Fortune.
do every day.
You
She
might
does.
have
She asks us something
experienced this.
stupid.
This is much less important than your day job.
That is very true.
right,
So
what do you
over
got?
the weekend, I did something that I've never done before. I came out of my mom's house, saw my lights were on, so I thought, oh my God, my battery's dead, and now I'm going to probably have to call AAA. And nope, I didn't leave the lights on. I left the entire car on for 2 hours. So I just wanted to know.
Is
have
your
you guys-
engine like super quiet or something?
Yeah, it's not like a hybrid or anything, but you can't really hear
I've
it.
actually done this before.
Yes.
You have? Oh, thank God,
done it
because I
too.
felt so...
I've also done it.
When I've been
For 2 hours?
preoccupied, I'm like, I'm talking on the phone. I'll get out of the car. I'll take my phone with me and then realize I'm walking the house and then realize I don't think I turned off.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's interesting now is because there are no keys
Right.
anymore. It's just pressing a button or forgetting to press a button.
You should not feel as stupid as you do
I
about
did.
this.
I
Yeah,
really did.
no.
Doctor, has this happened to you?
It's happened to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
happened.
she's super smart.
I was going to
so-
say, we're dealing with a medical doctor here, Laura. You're not as big of an idiot as you thought you were, right?
I really thought I was.
You get a pass.
Thank you. Appreciate
How many
it.
years did you go to school?
Oh, for a really long time. So it's 4 years college, 4 years medical school, 4 years regular residency, and then 2 years fellowship training.
Was the 4 years of undergrad and 4 years of medical school at the same school?
It was, but it doesn't have to be. For me, it was.
Where was it?
I went to Harvard.
Oh, good for you. Well, no wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder
Yeah.
she's coming up with this
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I went to Bowling Green State University.
Well-
It's the Harvard of Northwest Ohio.
Just keep telling yourself. Bob, my buddy Bob Kay, who listens to us, I don't know
Yeah.
if you know Bob, he's in the orthopedics here.
I do. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he went to Harvard.
Oh, did he
Yeah.
really? Oh.
Yeah.
There are a couple of us around.
Only the best.
Wow.
Only the best. Well, listen, it is awesome meeting you. Thank you so much for coming by. Dr. Jesse Berry doing amazing work here at Children's Hospital. Again, we are live at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. It is the Make March Matter campaign. We're going to do some sports graffiti coming up next.
Well, wait a minute. Before we do, Dr. Berry, is there anything you can do about a groin strain?
A groin strain.
LeBron has a groin strain.
I
and
refer you straight out of my clinic for that.
Well, yeah, if you can get that guy to come down here, we'd like to talk to him.
Absolutely.
Hey, we will see LeBron in ophthalmology for anything, anytime.
Awesome.
Good to know.
All right, if you want to do some sports graffiti, jump on the phones, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Dodgers play tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on how you look at it. Lakers come up with a big win yesterday against Phoenix. They got San Antonio tonight. All that stuff, fair game. 877-710-ESPN. Live from Children's Hospital, Los Angeles. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. One ticket, 2 matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
On this Monday, we are live from Children's Hospital, Los Angeles, 710-4CHLA.com, raising money for the kids. 710-4CHLA.com. Once again, back to the biggest show on the radio and back to Mason in Ireland.
All right, we're going to do some sports graffiti. Tons of stuff going on right now. Ireland, Mike, Brian, let's do the honors here.
So
Brian, call him out.
Yeah, since we're at Children's Hospital with Laura, Brian's the only one in the studio, so he's going to call out the names. Brian, go for it.
Xander, you're on sports graffiti. Go.
Ireland,
Xander.
This call is for you and you alone, okay?
Okay.
Friday night, I usually watch the games on TV, but after the third quarter, I had to listen on the app.
Okay.
Dude, from the Nuggets' first time out in the fourth quarter, you called a magnificent game.
Oh,
Maybe
that's so
we
nice
didn't
of you.
win, but your tone that you were using, the cadence that you were using, from the first time out that the Nuggets took through the rest of the game, you called a beautiful game, and I just wanted to let you know that I thought it was an amazing call by you. We didn't win, obviously. We won yesterday, but I just want to congratulate you on a fantastic call on Friday night, man.
Xander, thank you very much.
Nice.
That's incredibly nice of you. It was a very fun game to do, Mace, because Dalton Connect and Austin Reeves almost pulled off a miracle.
Almost had it.
Almost
had it. Yep.
Yeah. Who's next, Brian?
Chad, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Chad.
Hey, John,
Hey.
I remember you saying that you had a remedy for a sore throat. I'm an MC as my occupation, and I just wanted to know if I could get that from you.
Yeah. All right, so here's what you start doing. You're not going to like the first part of it. When is your event? When do you have to MC?
Literally starting Wednesday, and you can hear my raspy voice as we talk.
Yeah, you don't sound as bad as I have in the past, but there's two things. Don't talk between now and Wednesday.
Vocal rest is
good. After you hang up this phone call, do as much vocal rest as you can. Then go get some green tea with pomegranate. You can buy it on Amazon or you can buy it at any grocery store and put honey in it and pound the green tea. And your voice will immediately start to get better. But it's important that you couple those two things, that you don't talk, vocal rest with the green tea and honey. You'll be good to go by Wednesday.
See, he quit talking already.
I like
He
it.
went on vocal rest right on the spot.
All right.
He listened.
Brian, who's next?
Big Rob, you're on Sports Graffiti.
Big Rob, what's up?
What's up, guys? What's up? I want to ask all the real Laker fans, the real fans, a personal question. How do we feel? I've been hearing everybody all morning fussing about North Carolina does not belong in the tournament, and they're saying that every North Carolina fan should feel bad about another team that was snubbed because of their team, just because their team is a big brand. So I want to ask Laker fans, should we feel bad that there is some young man working in Walmart right now because Bronny James took his spot in the draft?
Here's it. Okay, it's an interesting question, but I will say this. Our old buddy Marcellus Wiley now does his own podcast.
Yeah.
And he had a guy in there last week. I was listening to Marcellus. And this guy did a deep dive on all the people taken before Bronny in the second round and all the people taken after Bronny in the second round. Half of them are being paid the exact same amount of money he is, and his numbers are better. Bronny James is 20 years old, so I don't buy your premise that somebody's working at Walmart because Bronny's not pulling his own weight. Bronny actually is pulling his own weight. I agree that he maybe wouldn't have gotten the opportunity if he wasn't LeBron's son, but he's absolutely better than the people that were taken after him, and in many cases, Mace, the people taken before him in the draft. He's performing exactly like a 55th pick should perform.
Yeah, and I mean, he's playing limited minutes. He's getting out there a little bit, especially when they're shorthanded. Play good in Denver. I mean, I think that the Bronny James criticism of Bronny, I think, is unfair. You could talk about whether he should be there, should not be there, but in the end, I think that the guy whose job he took is not working at Walmart. And he's probably playing in Italy.
Yeah, and I'll finish with this. I'm around him a lot, obviously. Yeah. He's just a great kid. He's not boastful. He works hard. He's well-liked by his teammates. He just wants to fit in. That should count for something. Yeah. And I'm actually rooting for him every game.
Yeah.
Every game. Brian, who's next?
Nate, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So two things quickly with the high school team throwing the bottles and stuff. Definitely, I agree with you guys. Definitely, you fire the coach. Even though the season's pretty much over, you forfeit the rest of the season. And I think
do you kneecap them for next season? What about next season?
So that's what I was getting at. You don't want to ruin kids' futures, right? But I think they get to play next season, but it doesn't count towards wins, towards like playoffs or anything like that.
Well, that's a good idea.
Kids still get to play.
So they're on a team. I mean? They have the high school experience, but you take the championship possibilities away from them. I actually like that idea.
And then secondly, really fast, Lemon Pepper Lou Williams has a great pod. I don't know if you guys see it or whatever, but he had the twins on the Morris twins on the other day, and they were talking about the bubble, and it was such a cool insight to the bubble. And the Morris twin that's on our team was talking about he was like the last guy standing there because the Lakers made it all the way. And I was like, this is the documentary we need. We need, like, even if guys don't want to put their name to it, like, you could do it animated. I would love if guys, like, just told stories about it. You did, like, an animated version of it. Like, I would love to, because those stories are great. They're gold.
Now, let me ask you a question. Did Lou admit that he left the bubble to go to that strip club to get the lemon pepper wings? Did he talk openly about that, or did they bury it?
Yeah. No, he explained the entire story entirely. Like, he explained in detail exactly what happened, and they let him out because he was going, I think, for a funeral. So he was allowed to go out, and then he was explaining in Atlanta, you go to strip clubs to eat. He was going because they have really good wings. So and then they talked about how girls didn't actually sneak into the bubble.
Hey, Mace, do you think Lisa would buy it if I say I went to the strip club just for the food?
Yeah, no, I dinner at the strip club. Apparently, by the way, I've heard strip clubs have very good food. I've not been to strip clubs a lot, but
either have I.
Is the food really good? Is Lou right?
I haven't been in one in a long. Where are you,
Bergman? You would know.
What do you know?
Bergman, you would know. You would know. Is food good at a strip club? It's amazing.
No, it's not.
Bergman says it's amazing.
The last time I set foot in a strip club was with Sliwa.
Yeah, that's right.
Whenever that was.
And look what happened to him.
Yeah. Brian, who's next?
Michael, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Yeah, I have two quick questions, and then I'll hang up for your answers. The first one is, John and Steve, Shake Milton, I'm a big fan of his, why he is not getting more minutes. And the second question is, have you been looking at the stats each day when Charlotte plays and Mark Williams, how well he's playing? I'd sure like to know the behind-the-scenes what happened. Thanks a lot,
Okay.
guys.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
it's a really interesting question because Mark Williams is playing well.
But so is Dalton Knecht.
Oh, yeah.
So I think the Lakers moved on from that the second the doctors failed the physical.
I agree.
And if you weren't here when I talked about this when it happened, the Lakers spend more money on doctors and on physical training staff than almost any team in the league. Dr. Leroy Sims was the head of the NBA's medical program. Lakers hired him away from the NBA, and now he just deals with us. Vanessa Brooks, our trainer, is a doctor. LeBron and Luka have their own physical therapists that travel with us all the time. So they had a lot of smart people.
Yeah,
looking at Mark, and Mark Williams has never played more than 40 games a season.
Yeah.
So
and when they looked under the hood, they said, "Wait a minute, I don't know if this car is going to keep running."
And they looked at Dalton Knecht and said, "We got a guy here who's NBA ready to play right now. We don't want to run this risk, and that's a right you have. Any trade that gets made, each player that gets traded, it's got to pass a physical.
Rarely do you see them actually travel and then have it reversed.
Right.
That was the crazy part.
What was his first question that he talked about?
Shake Milton.
Shake Milton is a very good offensive player.
Yeah, not a good defensive player.
I wouldn't say he's not good, but I would say that he is not a plus defender like Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith are. And JJ's all about defense first.
Yeah.
If Shake can improve his defense, I think he'll get more minutes because they like him offensively. I asked Shake, we interviewed him after the game in D.C. when he had a big game, and he feels that if he can get on the court, he can score all the time. So he wants more minutes. I think if he can improve his defense, he'll get them.
Yeah.
Brian, who's next?
Lewis, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Lewis.
Hey, if anyone ever tells you that they go to a strip club for anything but the coconut shrimp, they're lying. Don't believe them. Okay, you
it's
don't
the
want to
coconut shrimp.
Good to know.
Got it.
Yeah, coconut shrimp. Hey, I missed the morning, been a busy morning. Is it true that Morales is still slated to be back for Lit Tuesday tomorrow? Because if he is, I can't wait to see him. I'm going to get beat up on the chat for this. I love the guy. He's a great human being. Can't wait to hear his story.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Can't wait to see you.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought this up. Nobody gives Chris as much grief as Mason and I.
Yes.
We give it all the time. He had a near-death episode, and I'm just being serious. I'll let him explain as much as he wants to explain when he comes back tomorrow. It is so good to see him.
Yeah.
It is, it's like, you fight with your brothers all the time. You have two brothers. the animosity we have towards Chris is all
pretend.
a bit.
Yeah. It's made up.
The second that we realized he was in a serious medical situation, we all started pulling on the same side of the rope.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful and grateful that he is out of this, that this wasn't worse, that he's back. I hope he's back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And as far as, I was the one person, Mace, saying I don't want Morales on the show a lot.
Right.
Now I feel like he can come on whenever he wants.
Yeah, I am in complete agreement. I think he looks great. It sounds like he's feeling really good. He's come through this great. I, of course, tomorrow, if there is live imaging Tuesday, I've decided to boycott it.
Well, when the going gets tough, Mason takes the day off. That will be tomorrow. I'm the one who's done 7 games in 10 days.
Yes.
Mace will be off tomorrow. But thank you. Brian, we got any more?
Yeah, one more. Carlos, Sports Graffiti, go.
Hey, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos.
Hey, what's up, guys? I want to give a big shout-out to Children's Hospital LA. Helped out personally. My daughter have a great experience with them, man. Big shout-out to Dr. Harrell up in the eye department. My daughter had problems with her eye. She had an autoimmune disease in her eye, and they were able to fix her up, man. Now my daughter's thriving in school. She's a junior in high school. And I can't wait.
Carlos,
for the rest of her life.
How old was your daughter when you brought her to Children's Hospital?
She was about 9 years old, and she kept telling us that she had blurry vision. So we had to keep sitting her in the front of her class. We tried glasses, and none of it helped. And finally, they found out she had an autoimmune disease in her eye. So they prescribed steroids and medication for her. And luckily, it went into recession, and now her vision is great thanks to Children's Hospital.
I'm so glad you called, Carlos. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Well, Mace, we obviously haven't talked about this because it just happened, but I don't think I could be any more impressed with a person than I was with Dr. Barry.
Oh my goodness!
Who was here last segment.
She was amazing.
It's smart, personable, funny, gets it.
And by the way, is doing all that. Had lost her home during the fires
on her first day at work.
I mean, God bless. Yeah. All right, there you have that. Thank you very much for all the calls on Sports Graffiti. Coming up next for you, John. What Jackson Hayes says about playing with Luka and what Austin Reeves says about playing with Luka. We got that coming up next for you. In the meantime, sports is full of rivalries like Lakers Celtics. Winning these matchups takes preparation and strategy and the will to dominate. You know who Jacob's biggest rival is? It's the insurance companies. And for Jacob, every single day is a rivalry game. He knows their playbooks, stall tactics, low ball offers, excuses to pay you as little as possible. But Jacob, he's been in the game since the 90s. He knows every move they're going to make before they make it, and he knows exactly how to shut them down. Jacob's going to fight to get you the medical bills covered, your car repaired, the settlement that you deserve, and don't pay a penny out of pocket. If you've been injured, don't take a chance. Call Jacob. Let him run up the score in the insurance companies. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com, and if the recent wildfires have impacted you or a loved one, know this. Jacob has already taken action filing lawsuits against Southern California Edison. Call now for a free case evaluation or help reviewing your insurance claims. That's calljacob.com. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Quinton Byfield just won't stop scoring. Saturday night in Los Angeles, he scored the game-winning goal in overtime to beat the Nashville Predators.
Pressure there by Braun. Kempe gets it back, center pass. Byfield scores! Quinton Byfield wins the game in overtime, and it's goals in 6 straight games for QB.
Tonight, Byfield and the Kings are back on the road as they visit the Minnesota Wild. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 5 p.m. Pacific on the brand new ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjustment...
I'm Doug.
And I'm Damon.
And we want to buy your house.
Let Seller's Advantage show you how we can give you more.
No fees, no commissions, and no repairs. Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days.
Check out our Google reviews.
And call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't just watch history, be a part of it. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
The entry window is now closed, but ESPN LA and BBGO are still on the hunt to find the Lakers GOAT, the greatest Lakers fan of all time. And now we're going to need your help. From March 18th to March 24th, just go to LakersGoFote.com and vote for the GOAT. The Lakers GOAT is going to be rewarded with incredible prizes like courtside seats and a whole lot more. So remember, do your part and vote for the Lakers GOAT March 18th through the 24th, only at LakersGoFote.com. That's LakersGFOAT.com. LakersGoFote.com.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
On this Monday, we are live from Children's Hospital Los Angeles, 710-4CHLA.com. Raising money for the kids. 710-4CHLA.com. Once again, back to the biggest show on the radio and back to Mason in Ireland.
And some of the auction items really, really cool right now, raising money
some of them
for
are ending
CHLA.
tonight.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. In fact, tonight, for example, Play Golf with John Ireland and James Worthy is at $1,500. That'll end tonight. Come to a baseball game, a local baseball game with me, Berg. By the way, I think last time
you
I did.
Almost
I
said
came
it
very
again.
close. Yeah.
Yes.
Local baseball game with the boys in blue with Travis, me, and Bergman. That's at $610. Let me see one other item here. USC experience on the sidelines for a USC game with me. The bidding on that is $710. $710?
$820.
Oh, $820. Okay.
Moving up.
I did not
Moving
refresh.
on up.
That's a good
Moving
deal.
on up.
So go to 710-4CHLA.com. That's 710-4CHLA.com. All right, so one thing that is byproduct of LeBron being out is that Austin Reeves and Luka seems to have found a good groove playing together. Here is what Austin Reeves says about playing with Luka Doncic.
Just, that on-court chemistry is a real thing. Anytime that you can, log more minutes together, you're going to figure out, how to play with one another. He got me an unbelievable look there the last, minute, 45 seconds. Yeah. I was pissed I missed that one. So, when you play with him, you're going to get good looks. He draws so much attention. So, shout out to him. He played a hell of a game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is really the first time. And Austin Reeves had the calf strain. Seemed like he was slumping a little bit, a little slow to come back. He's obviously back now.
And playing great. Somebody suggested to me on Twitter over the weekend that they'd rather have Austin Reeves than Devin Booker. I don't know about that, but, the fact that that's even a conversation speaks volumes about how good Austin is playing. And in Denver, they couldn't check him.
Yeah.
In Denver, when he had the 37 points, they just had no answers for him.
Yeah. And I think, too, they don't have they have a big 2.5. They don't have a big 3, but they got a big 2.5.
He's getting there, though.
He's getting there.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Here's Jackson Hayes, who had a great game yesterday against Phoenix. Here he is. I'm playing with Luka.
Man, that's the best point guard in the league, so I trust he's going to find me every time I get open. My job is just to try to get him open as well, so it's like a relationship. We both got to contribute something.
Jackson Hayes has made the Lakers, like when the trade fell through, when the trade got rescinded, everybody said, well, the Lakers are going to have to go get a big man in the offseason. He's making it so they might not have to.
Sure.
He's been so good and so functional, and both offensively and defensively, that he may have played his way into a starting job.
Defensively, he is very active. He's
Yeah.
everywhere. He's
a
in
pogo
passing
stick.
lanes. He's a tremendous athlete. And he's definitely making a difference on the defensive end. And, of course, he's there for every lob. If it's even close, he's gonna close the deal. All right, I wanted to get to the NCAA tournament. Have you, John, you've been busy, have you followed any of the brackets or any of that stuff, or is that just over?
I'm surprised at how little interest I have in it, but
Yeah.
I'll fill out a bracket just because it's fun.
Yeah, I'll fill out a bracket.
But I'm glad you brought this up because I think money has ruined college sports.
Explain.
I miss the Pac-12. I just do. I saw Arizona was playing for a conference championship. I didn't even know what conference they're in. The Big Ten's too big. It's got too many teams in it. The SEC's too big. It's got too many teams in it. And now I didn't have any interest in the regular season because the traditional rivalries were all gone.
Right.
UCLA and Arizona used to, battle for the top of the Pac-12. Now they don't.
No more. Yep.
I saw Cal and Stanford playing postseason tournaments that USC and UCLA
aren't
weren't
they in the, ACC? I think it's so weird.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I think that all these presidents went for the money, and in so doing, they've wrecked it. I'm even curious, Mace, how much of the tournament I'm going to watch.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
And every year I normally get really into the tournament.
But here's the thing. Thursday, Friday will be on the air when the games are going on, and that's always like a really fun day.
Sure.
Whether it's, Texas Tech or it's Houston or whoever it happens to be. I actually have the Final Four. I did a bunch of research. I've got a computer program at home.
All right. Is Florida one of your Final Four
No,
teams?
I trying to beat Florida. I saw both Seth Greenberg and Sean Farnham take Florida today, and I am going to take Texas Tech to come out of
they're good.
West.
Texas Tech is good.
They're a really good three-point shooting team. I'm also rooting for the Stars. I like to see Cooper Flagg in the Final Four. It sounds like he's going to play. Maybe not in the first round, but definitely in the round of 32. And I also want to see Johnny Broome, who's the Auburn player, who's like he and Cooper Flagg are like the two best players in college basketball right now.
Are you familiar with the story of the Florida coach Todd Golden and the controversy he's in?
No.
What is so weird is that nobody's talking about that.
Okay. Explain.
He was accused of Title IX violations for basically stalking female students at Florida. And because the team is so good, just type into a Google search, Todd Golden controversy. And you won't believe, I have no idea why this story just went away. Is it because everybody's picking Florida to go to the Final Four? They investigated him. They announced at the end of January when Florida was running through the SEC. Yeah, nothing to see here. We're not going to do no discipline. No, we're not going to do anything. If you go down that rabbit hole and read about that story, you will be stunned that this went away. Stunned. And yet, because money and sports are kind of the driver now, and he's got a great chance to win the whole thing, it's just going to get swept under the rug.
Now, it says he was adjudicated from the Title IX part of this.
Mm-hmm.
This story just came out. A complaint made public. Wow.
Yeah, it's sorted, and it's detailed, and it's weird. And he basically came out and said, so
if they had a terrible team, do you think he'd be removed?
It wouldn't even have made it through the season.
Yeah, I know.
Not even
That's
close.
crazy.
Yeah. So that's another subplot going on.
Yeah,
here.
that's interesting. I'm more interested in the women's tournament than I am in the men's tournament.
I am too, because USC and UCLA are both number one seeds.
Now they're on the same. They would only reach. They play in the national semifinals because they're on the same side of the bracket.
They should.
South Carolina's on the other side. I would imagine it's going to be South Carolina versus the winner of USC UCLA. Let's hope it gets that far. That'd be fantastic. USC,
and those games have been great. USC beat them the first. They played 3 times. USC beat them the first 2 times, and UCLA beat them in the Big Ten final.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that'd be really fun to see them do it again.
That would be fun. All right.
By the way, when have you and I ever been more interested in the women's tournament than the men's tournament? I don't know if that started when Caitlin Clark put that thing on the map.
When did it happen?
But it's
just slowly transitioned to that.
Juju helps.
Yeah, she makes a difference.
And Kiki Rice is really good at UCLA, and Lindsey Gottlieb and Corey Close are 2 National Coach of the Year candidates.
Lauren Batts, one of the bigger
good
better
for them.
Yeah.
And by the way, when I was at UCLA, I'm not exaggerating. They'd get 200 to 300 people for a women's game.
So I know
it would basically be the friends and the family of the players. Now, both games at the Galen Center and at
Are they selling out at Pauley too?
Sold out early. Like, you couldn't get tickets day of the game.
Wow.
And now
first 2 games are at home. Galen Center on Saturday, I think, at USC.
Good for them.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, John, did you see the guy who won $50 million from Starbucks? Did you see the video?
I haven't seen the video, but I'm very well
the video will
versed in
change
the story.
your mind.
No, I'm okay with him winning $50 million.
Are you?
Did you go down the rabbit hole on that one?
Well, no. What I saw was the video of the person at the window dumping the hot tea in the lap of the guy.
I encourage everybody to read up on this story. The guy that won $50 million from Starbucks because they spilled hot coffee on his private parts.
Yep.
Which were severely damaged, by the way.
Yes.
That's what justifies the $50 million. Here's the thing nobody's talking about. All he wanted was an apology and a warning on the cup so it wouldn't happen to someone else. And he said to Starbucks, if you pay for my medical bills, put a warning on the cup and issue a public apology, this is over. I won't sue. And Starbucks said, no apology, no warning. Because I think Starbucks lawyers, I'm speculating here, but I think Starbucks lawyers said, if we publicly admit that we made a mistake, then everybody's coming out of the woodwork.
Right.
So this guy said, okay, I'll do it. They offered him $10 million. And he said, I'll take your $10 million if you give me the apology and issue the warning. And Starbucks said, no, see you in court.
Right.
Goes to court, wins $50 million.
Yeah.
I'm happy for that guy.
Yes, third-degree burns to his whole thing.
Yeah.
And if you watch the video, Laura, you've seen the video.
And Starbucks had a chance to do the right thing here, and they didn't do it.
Yeah, and it's clearly Starbucks' fault. It's not just, remember the hot coffee case with McDonald's?
That's
like
exactly
nobody
I
told,
was going to
It's not that. It's, if anybody who's been to Starbucks drive-thru, she literally reaches out and dumps the hot tea in his lap. There's clear culpability here. It's not just, oops, I didn't know the coffee was. No, it's actually dumped into his lap.
Yeah, and I was shocked that Starbucks didn't
what are
the earlier
What are
offers.
they thinking?
Yeah.
What are they thinking? All right, coming up next for you. Oh, yeah, coming up next for you, you're going to talk to Dr. Jeffrey Gold from here at CHLA. There he is. We will do that coming up next for you. We are live at Children's Hospital for the Make March Matter campaign, and we're broadcasting all day long here. All of our auction items are on the board right now. It is 710-4FOR-CHLA.com. 710-4CHLA.com, and Dr. Gold will join us next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, if you're looking for a car, you got to go see my friends at Toyota and your Southern California Toyota dealers. Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, so you don't have to pay for any maintenance for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. There is no better feeling than driving off the lot after your car's been serviced when they tell you you owe nothing. That happens with every new Toyota. Explore their full lineup of vehicles. Find the best local offers today at Toyota.com, and they've got everything. Cars, trucks, SUVs. Just visit your Toyota dealer or go to Toyota.com. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
First class, up in the sky. I mean, come on, man. You can be up there with me, Captain. Nah, your contract's different than mine. Mine is. You need to get a better deal, bro. Back by the bathroom, up in the sky. He's in economy.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Open your world to all that SeaWorld San Diego has to discover. Make new connections with orcas, belugas, dolphins, and more. Explore all new depths with Jewels of the Sea, an immersive experience featuring vivid displays of awe-inspiring jellyfish species opening this spring. And set sail on a flavorful journey as you sample your way through an all-new menu at the Seven Seas Food Festival. There's so much more to SeaWorld than ever before. Save up to 55% on tickets, fun cards, and passes during our spring break sale. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Hey, it's DeMarco. ESPN LA is proud to partner with Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the 10th annual Make March Matter campaign. Helping kids get the breakthrough care they need, CHLA gives families hope with leading-edge research and treatments. ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 experiences, like a Pachanga weekend package, including a round of golf with me and Travis. Every dollar raised goes to CHLA. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference today. That's 710forchla.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun? Dive into Chumba Casino, your ultimate destination for free, fun-to-play social casino games. Play slots, bingo, and more whenever and wherever you want. With new games dropping every week, there's always something fresh. Lounge on the sofa or play on the go. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
On this Monday, we are live from Children's Hospital Los Angeles, 710forchla.com, raising money for the kids. 710forchla.com. Once again, back to the biggest show on the radio and back to Mason in Ireland.
Okay, live at CHLA, Mason and Ireland show, and hey, look, it's another doctor to make us feel dumb.
Oh.
Dr. Jeffrey Gold is here.
Thanks for having me.
Doc, thanks for coming on, man.
I appreciate it.
Look, see what we do and what you do?
That's right.
Yeah, we've never felt, Dr. Gold, after spending the day here, we've never felt like what we do is more meaningless than watching what you guys do. It's great to talk to you guys.
Equally meaningful.
Yeah, now, I don't think so, but thank you for saying
Thank you, that.
Somebody told me to ask you.
Yes.
You use virtual reality on the kids. Explain.
Yes.
That seems weird to me. In medicine, virtual reality.
So early in 2002, we started using VR to decrease pain and anxiety in kids going through painful medical procedures. So while they're getting their blood drawn or they're having an IV placed, we place them into this virtual environment.
And you put the goggles on them and you transport them to somewhere else.
We transport them to some other adventure or some game experience. And they just play, and more often than not, they don't even know that they have their blood drawn or the needle inserted because they're just having such a great time.
That's incredible.
And it's all, neurochemically mediated. It's all the brain. The brain's showing all of its power off.
So if the brain is doing its thing, absorbed in this other world, this isn't noticed.
Correct.
Going into the arm or any of that stuff.
And they still feel the nurse preparing the arm, and cleaning it and putting on the tourniquet and et cetera, but they're just so engaged, immersed, and present in that VR experience that they don't even think about it.
Who discovered that?
So, we've discovered that in pediatrics here at CHLA because we were really one of the first groups to demonstrate that scientifically, that you could use VR to decrease pain and anxiety in kids. So usually when you walk into phlebotomy where you're getting your blood drawn, kids are scared, kids are anxious, they're crying, maybe they're even running around a little bit. But now they can select VR. Like they can ask for it, they can get it. And that decreases a lot of their pain and anxiety.
How young are the kids that you guys deal with here? Are there newborns here sometimes?
So we're infancy to 22. That's our deal. So VR isn't really built for infants, but it's for school-age kids and teenagers and young adults. So
now, it says you also work with AR, augmented reality.
Yes.
How does that work?
So we actually published a study recently where we used augmented reality to, again, decrease kids' distress and anxiety around mask induction. So when they get anesthetized up in the operating room, it's a very scary experience for them.
Sure.
So in AR, they can play games and be sort of immersed in that space while they're going under, and then they go down a lot easier. And it's very interesting. There's a concept called emergence delirium that if you go down really in a challenging kind of way, where you're very agitated, that you might also wake up in an agitated state. So if you can get a kid to go down calmly, then their recovery...
Then when he comes to, he'll be calm.
Exactly. That's the general concept. So we use that in the operating space.
Dr. Gold, this may be a really dumb question. I kind of specialize in dumb questions. But you're a psychologist by trade,
yes,
right?
Correct.
If you're dealing with a young child, like 0 to 2, obviously you can't talk to them. They can't tell you what they're feeling. How do you, as a psychologist, treat someone who can't talk?
Well, you do a lot of nonverbal play. Right. It's still the game of children is playing. And even in adolescence, you're still playing. Even in VR, you're still gaming or playing. And with 0 to 2 in that young 0 to 3 group, you do play. And through play, they express their emotions symbolically, right? They're showing you. Yeah. So they're talking.
Yeah.
Okay. But
you're just not listening.
Right.
Okay. But they're talking, and you.
Well, what do
can
they
hear
say? 80% of communication is nonverbal.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So that's what happens with your really young kids.
Right. So as you look at, do you deal in a holistic way, psychology with kids that come in?
Yeah. So I actually run an integrative medicine program here at CHLA that's funded by a very generous family, philanthropically, the Braun Family Trust, and we deliver all kinds of psychological, mind-body practices like acupuncture and massage and yoga and mindfulness practice for our kids who are experiencing pain and pain problems. So we're able to offer those types of practices to these kids on the inpatient side as well as on the outpatient clinic.
How old are kids when they're doing? I taught yoga at an inner city school for a while,
Nice.
and
Thank you.
They had very, very little attention, very short attention span. You did what you could, but at what age do kids kind of lock into mindfulness training?
It's self-selecting, right? I mean, they'll want to do it if they want to do it, right? And they can be present for 5 minutes. They don't have to do a 20, 30-minute practice or even an hour, right? Yoga takes on all kinds of different formats. So, I mean, you did it. So I think it would be wonderful if from kindergarten up we were teaching our kids yoga practice first thing in the morning at school.
Sure.
I mean, that's just, I'm just putting a call out there. Challenge,
there you go.
Right? And that would be wonderful.
Teachers, yep.
We're talking to Dr. Jeffrey Gold at Children's Hospital. Do you prefer Jeff or Jeffrey?
Yes.
Either. Okay. So it sounds like you work in concert with some of the other doctors here, right?
Always.
Like a kid comes in, he's having a serious medical procedure, and you come in to help him. It sounds like, and this is a cool thing about Children's Hospital, it sounds like he's getting attention from both sides,
Correct. Right.
So if that's the case, when do you come in? Are you there from the very first time he comes in, or do the kids come in? You get a call from a doctor saying, "Hey, Jeff, I got a kid who's really nervous. I think you could help."
Right.
How does that work?
So we focus on whole person health.
Right.
Right. So it's not just biologic. Like we look at psychological, social, spiritual care. So, for example, we work with Dr. Bajwa, who does the transnasal endoscopies. Right. So she didn't want her kids to have to be sedated anymore when they came in for this, what we call a T&E. And so we bring VR in now. And so the kids are gaming, and then they're able to be scoped, and they're able to leave right after their T&E.
Without any anesthesia?
Without any anesthesia. So what we call this now is sedation-sparing virtual reality, right?
Wow.
So we're using VR.
Yeah.
Because you have to remember something. The kids that come to Children's have chronic illness.
Sure.
Right.
By the time you see them, they've had a serious problem.
And they're
for a
coming
while.
in 20, 30, 50 times a year for either blood draws or imaging or for scoping or for procedures. So if you're getting a kid exposed to sedation 20, 30, 40 times, there's still not a lot of great data to demonstrate whether that's good or bad for their cognitive development, right?
Right.
So now what we've done with T&E is we've eliminated sedation, and now the kid can eat.
Would that work on adults?
I'm sure it would, but we haven't tested that yet.
Mace?
Yeah,
the game.
That's a good way for me to. I would test it. I have great fear of pain. So, and what about long-term pain management?
Yeah. So there are groups that are starting to work to do chronic pain management through the use of VR, where you could do guided imagery and relaxation, and you can do mindfulness and yoga practice in the VR scenarios.
Yep.
And so then you can actually engage that in the longer term, more chronic pain. So there's one company that built it's called Relieve RX, a company called Applied VR, and they have a FDA indication for chronic low back pain. So a person can get the kit and take it home and do these practices and relieve their chronic low back pain, either eliminate medicines or use it in concert with medicines to decrease their lower back pain. So there's other companies also getting indications for their software programs in VR and AR and XR, they call it, which is sort of the mixed reality.
Yeah.
So we have that's starting to happen.
Yeah.
But again,
did you have a technology background?
No.
Or you've just learned this as you go?
Yeah, I've learned. I mean, our first headset when we started this in 2002 was like a $50,000 VR headset.
Wow.
Long before it was commercial. And we had only one environment to use. Now there's thousands of environments to use. You know, one day we'll have like a VR pharmacy, right, where we know something that works for anxiety or something for depression or something for pain. You know, that's going to take a long time to build that, but we'll get there eventually.
That totally sounds like something you would do.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, look, I'm a big believer in mindfulness practice, so it's great that you're teaching kids this, and at whatever age it works. I always say, like, I'm a meditator. By the way, I hate to say I'm a meditator, but I do.
It's all right. It's what you do.
Yeah. But even 30 seconds makes a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if you can settle your mind for 30 seconds, it makes a difference.
Well, that's what you just said is the key. And people, when they think of mindfulness or yoga work, they have to do an hour and go to it. No, you can settle your mind in 5 seconds.
Yes.
You can be standing in line and, or being in traffic, and you can settle your mind, right? I mean, that's the point. And so that's what we teach.
I took a meditation class once, and they taught me how to do it on an airplane.
Right.
Oh,
just for 5 minutes. If it's chaos on an airplane,
Sure.
just do this for 5 minutes.
That's right.
It helps a lot.
That counting down. And so there's a mechanism in the brain called anti-nociception, right? Anti-nociception is your ability to turn down signals that are coming in from your body. And we do that with mindfulness and yoga, and we do it in VR also.
Yeah.
Can I lie and say I'm 21 and come over here and do all this stuff?
Anytime
Why
you
not?
want. You can come to my research lab anytime and try all the new gadgets and
This
technology.
This is really impressive, man. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Didn't even know this existed.
Well, now we all know it's good.
Well, that's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get
Thank
the
you
word
so
out.
much.
Awesome to
Appreciate
meet you.
it. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Jeffrey
That
Gold
was
here
awesome.
at CHLA. Coming up next, we're going to do some What's Up Fool, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after
Face explodes and expands.
Oh, yeah? You get fat?
You look even heavier.
You look fatter than you already do, huh?
More visceral fat.
Yeah. So
more.
Bigger, right? Facts, right? DeAndre?
Facts,
If you got short crop, you got to make sure to keep the face tight because if you don't, it's gonna look bigger and rounder than it normally would.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like, my chin gets big and fat, my fat cheeks,
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Michelle Smallman here. Are you dreaming of seeing your team draft their next superstar? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Witness unforgettable moments and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't miss out. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with exclusive member-only deals. Right now, save $30 on a Little Giant Extra Light Plus 5-foot aluminum stepladder. Was $109, now just $79. Plus, save an additional $20 on the Metabo HPT pneumatic finish nailer. Don't miss out on these limited-time deals. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 3/17 through 3/19. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. Is there a sporting event you always wanted to go to but never had time to plan? That's where Absolute Sport comes in. They handle everything, tickets, hotels, VIP access, so you can just live in the moment and enjoy the experience. And because of their trusted league and travel partnerships, they can get you the best deals and actually save you money. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com, that's ABSOLUT-sport, and make your sports dream a reality.
Next Gen is the official AC heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, Next Gen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from Next Gen. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN today.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
On this Monday, we are live from Children's Hospital Los Angeles, 710-4CHLA.com, raising money for the kids. 710-4CHLA.com. Once again, back to the biggest show on the radio and back to Mason in Ireland.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thanks, Brian. I'm going to take this one.
Go.
All right, guys. So I saw something that made my heart really flutter this morning because I do not have Spectrum. So it's really tough for me to watch Dodger games sometimes. But for the first time this season, Dodgers fans like myself can stream Sportsnet LA without needing to buy anything else. So they're offering a streaming-only subscription. It's $29.99 a month or $190. So pretty much $30 a month or $200 a year.
Okay.
If you want to, for me, as someone who doesn't have any, Spectrum or anything like that, I love it. But I was talking to Brian, and I was like, I would love it even more if they would combine it and do Lakers and Dodgers.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, you can still,
Spectrum.
They've already offered this race. I was talking to AJ Pontiglione, who's the executive producer over there yesterday at the Laker game, and this is an unbelievable deal if you're a Dodger fan.
Yep.
It's basically, Mace, $1 a day to watch the Dodgers all year. And they've been trying to push this through for a long time because there's a lot of people that I don't think they're on Cox.
Don't have Spectrum. Don't have. But
I have
lot of
DirecTV,
people.
so I've been able to get it for the last couple of years. But a lot of people in LA, I think it's about 30% of LA, can't get it. This is for you.
Yeah,
and it is a great deal. Not only do you get the games, you get all the other programming.
Right.
If you pay that.
You get the squeeze play.
If you pay the $29, basically $1 a day to get full Dodgers all the time.
Dodgers,
we have this channel. It's fantastic. We love the guys on it. We're friends with Hartung and Jerry Hairston and those dudes. And my guy Eric Karros is in there sometimes. It's a great deal. And they've been trying. I know all those guys because they run the Laker channel.
Sure.
They've been trying to get this pushed through for years, and today they announced
basically
it.
Dodgers a la carte, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And for $1 a day.
Yeah. Now, Laura, you don't have any service?
I don't.
You're like Greg.
So it's called SNLA Plus, and it's in conjunction with MLB. I don't. So I've talked about how my friend has Fubo, I think it's called.
Right.
And we do share. Right? I guess we're not supposed to, but we don't. Oops.
Well, it's good. You're not supposed to, but it's good to announce it.
I mean, I'm just saying. It happens. Whatever. But no, I don't because I've been, working around it. But now it's like $30 a month. That's nothing.
Exactly.
This is for Dodger fans.
It's a week of Starbucks, guys.
This is a huge deal, and congrats to Sportsnet LA for getting this done. And I can't recommend that channel enough. You guys
they
love
do
it.
such a great
Backstage
job.
Dodgers is great. great. The pre and the post game shows are great. And
Squeeze Play, if you want to watch a game really fast, Squeeze Play is there.
They have unprecedented access to the Dodgers, and they have a stable of hosts that come in. And, my Laker friends like Geeter and Allie Clifton go over and pinch it there sometimes.
Yep.
And can't recommend it enough. I'm glad you brought that up.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, we're about a little over 12 hours here from the start of baseball season.
Yeah.
So that, comes with all the classic stadium foods. So just going on social media, you'll see all these stadiums now coming up with their new creations for this upcoming season and all that good stuff. Well, one last week kind of went viral. The University of Miami had a Philly cheesesteak milkshake. So it's vanilla
I actually have this on my list. This is the worst sounding thing ever.
Disgusting.
This is, you know how Sportsnet LA's Dodgers a la carte's the best idea ever? This is the worst.
No, it absolutely turned my stomach the moment you said milkshake.
That is a
Philly
horrible
cheesesteak.
idea.
So
Horrible.
describe it, Brian.
Yeah, so it's a classic vanilla shake with vanilla syrup topped with a mini cheesesteak sandwich on top of the, milkshake kind of thing. So I don't know about that combination. It's a very weird one, probably the weirdest one that I've heard of from these stadiums. But my question to you guys here is, are you trying these new stadium creations they come out with because they're all kind of wonky and crazy, or are you just sticking with the classics?
Absolutely not trying any of them. They all
Zero.
look disgusting. I understand why baseball
it
does
looks like a Joey Chestnut eating contest.
But it's like I understand why baseball does it because, hey, it's the season starting and let's get a little attention. Let's grab a few headlines. Let's get a few clicks. I think it's good for baseball, but I would never try any of this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm very basic when I go to a baseball game.
And Brian, as you put it, the classics are just fine.
Yes.
Give me a hot dog, give me a beer, give me some peanuts, I'm good.
Yeah, give me the classic vanilla ice cream minus the cheesesteak.
Yeah, and by the way, don't forget
Helmet Sundae.
Helmet nachos.
Helmet Sundae is better than the nachos. Brian, that's
I'm a
what
big
you're
Helmet
looking for.
nachos guy.
Oh, I can't
What
wait.
do you, Brian? What do you order when you go?
Oh, I'm
We've
a
been to games
helmet
together.
nachos.
What did you buy?
Helmet nachos, or I'm still a fan of the Dodger dogs. So even
Oh,
always get the Dodger dog.
man.
Yeah, Brian,
They're
I'm with
fine.
you.
They're fine in a pinch.
They're not as good as they used to be, but they get the job done.
It just feels
But
right.
isn't
going
that
to the
weird though
stadium.
that I'll only put mustard on a hot dog and I'll only put ketchup on a hamburger?
I actually think that is the standard.
Really?
Is it?
I thought I was the only one doing
No,
it.
no, I only put hot dogs.
Hot
I
dog
put
can't
ketchup,
have-
mustard,
I can't have a
onion,
hot dog-
relish.
I can't have a hot dog without mustard, and I can't have a burger without ketchup.
And I don't want mustard on my burger, and I
Right.
don't want ketchup on my hot dog.
Yeah, very weird.
Really?
Yeah, it's always been that way.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. So sticking with MLB here, MLB Tops and Fanatics have partnered to bring a new gold MLB logo patch program. So 6 winners. The gold MLB logo patch will be Shohei Ohtani will have it, Aaron Judd, Chris Sale, Paul Skeens, and Luis Gil. Obviously, 2 of the guys are Dodgers, and it represents. Here's my story.
It's if you won one of the major awards
the
previously.
major award.
Yeah,
recognized
okay.
in your
So
uniform.
Cy Young, MVP,
I like it.
Rookie of the Year. Yeah, I think that's cool.
And then on top of it, it says that they're gonna have like limited edition cards that are gonna be signed that have like the little gold
have the
emblem
little
too.
gold
Right,
patch.
Yeah,
Right.
on them too. Do you guys like it?
Yeah, I
You
do.
guys like it?
I think that if you have one of those award winners playing for your team, it's cool to recognize it. Why not?
And if you get one of those logo patches, it's probably very valuable. The kid that got the Paul Skeens, I think he was from L.A., right? The kid that got the Paul Skeens card with the embedded jersey.
Yes.
That went for some crazy amount of money. They ended up auctioning that off. But, and if I was still buying baseball cards, I'd root for one of them patches. That'd be cool, and I think it's great to recognize
I wouldn't
award
sell it
winners.
though.
Well, it depends who it was.
Well,
Oh, that's true.
and
I guess
also,
so.
It also depends on what your financial situation
That's true.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, but Ohtani, I would probably keep it.
Ohtani, I would probably try to find a way to keep. Judge, he dropped the ball. You say Judge, I say drop the ball.
Wow.
I was on Michael Kay's show last week, and he believes this, honestly. He says he'd rather have Aaron Judge than Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, come on.
That's insane.
That's so homer.
Keep in mind he's the Yankee enough.
Yeah, it's very homer. Very homer take.
What's up, Foo?
I got another baseball story here for you guys. So the Savannah Bananas are now apparently selling out NFL stadiums. So they sold out the Tampa Bay Bucks 65,000 seat
Good for
stadium
them. Wow.
this past weekend. And we kind of touched on the Savannah Ball here and there. But my question is them selling out the NFL stadiums, is this more of a just because there only is one Savannah Banana team and then they play the party animals that kind of, it's like a traveling show? Would it get the same reception if this was, more of a, countrywide sport where if there was a bunch of these teams, or is it more lucrative?
No, it's a novelty act, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a cool
They're like the Harlem Globetrotters for baseball.
Correct. They're the Harlem Globetrotters who were just at Crypto a couple of weeks ago. I mean, when I worked minor league baseball, there were guys that traveled around and did ballparks. There was the San Diego Chicken would come around, or Max Patkin, the clown prince of baseball.
He's in Bull Durham.
Yeah, so those guys came around. They're novelty acts. I mean, the Savannah Bananas do really funny stuff. They'd be fun to see, but I don't think there should be a league of teams doing crazy stuff like the Savannah Bananas do. It's more a Harlem Globetrotter situation.
What's up, Foo?
Wow, I was just sidetracked here
by
Chris. He looks great.
Chris, you already recognize him.
Hey, what's up, Clint?
He's lost so much
What's
weight.
up?
Hey, CY's here.
Hey,
There's
CY.
a whole lot of people coming through. All right, guys, really quick here. So it is St. Patrick's Day. I did not wear green today. It's somewhere over there. But I read a story saying that a lot of people are opting to not drink today. That they're just like, we did it. We don't care for it. Were you guys, I feel like us now, we're not big drinkers, but did you guys heavily celebrate St. Patrick's Day when you guys were younger?
I did when I was younger.
Yeah, I did when I was in college. We had green beer, and everybody drank green beer.
It's not a great night to go to bars because they're so crowded.
Right.
But,
yeah, it is crazy.
But it is a fun night to go out. I mean, it's kind of why not?
Right, and your last name is Ireland. My understanding is that in Ireland, this is not a big holiday.
No, other way around. Everybody has a day off.
Oh, everybody has a day
Yeah.
off? So it is a
Really?
big holiday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to work today.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
But they go to the bars at 11 in the morning every day anyway.
Sure they
so
do.
there you go.
All right, coming up next, Clinton Yates is here. A bunch of people stopping by, and we will be joined by Dr. Alan Wayne, who works in gene therapy here at CHLA. That's coming up next for you. Make March Matter. Don't forget, you can bid on all of our one-of-a-kind items. Go to 710-4FORCHLA.com. 710-4CHLA.com. Really cool stuff there. Make a bid. All goes to the Make March Matter campaign here at CHLA. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Quentin Byfield just won't stop scoring. Saturday night in Los Angeles, he scored the game-winning goal in overtime to beat the Nashville Predators.
Pressure there by Braun. Kempe gets it back. Center cast. Byfield scores! Quentin Byfield wins the game in overtime, and it's goals in 6 straight games for QB.
Tonight, Byfield and the Kings are back on the road as they visit the Minnesota Wild. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 5 p.m. Pacific on the brand new ESPN LA app.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Inheriting a home can be overwhelming. Between repairs and the time it takes to get everything ready to sell, it can feel like more trouble than it's worth. That's where Seller's Advantage comes in. One real customer who inherited a home shared their experience, and I quote, "We had an inheritance from a relative. It would have taken us a lot of time, money, and headaches to get the property in shape to sell. I heard about Seller's Advantage from a radio commercial and decided to give them a try. Their offer was reasonable, and we accepted it. They took care of all the physical effort and legal complexities. We closed within 3 weeks. I would highly recommend them to anyone," end quote. No matter what your reason for selling, call Seller's Advantage today at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or use the website sellersadvantage.com for your free, no obligation cash offer. sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now.
Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. One ticket, two matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station. On this Monday, we are live from Children's Hospital Los Angeles, 710-4CHLA.com. Raising money for the kids. 710-4CHLA.com. Once again, back to the biggest show on the radio and back to Mason in Ireland.
Back live at CHLA, and we are joined right now by Dr. Alan Wayne. And Doctor, you are the head of pediatrics here at Children's Hospital Los Angeles.
Yes.
And how did you wind up in this position at this hospital?
Well, I came here in 2013 from the National Institutes of Health to run our Pediatric Cancer and Blood Disease Institute. And just about a year and a half ago, after 10 years running the cancer program, moved into the Pediatrician-in-Chief role.
So what's the biggest difference between those two things, other than obviously you're dealing with kids, right?
So now, responsible from an administrative standpoint in this whole big, beautiful place.
Wow. Okay. Well, it is spectacular. We've had a lot of fun talking to different people. Now, you specialize in gene therapy.
Yes.
For people who don't know what that is, explain what is gene therapy.
Okay, let's start with what are genes? Think of them as the microchips in our computers of our body. They provide the instructions to tell all the cells and tissues and organs in our body how to function. And if a gene is missing or defective, altered, it can give rise to a disease. And there are thousands of diseases in human beings that are due to problems with the genes.
Is gene therapy more common in kids than it is in adults, or is it no different?
So gene therapy, just to finish up with that, is trying to correct the missing or defective gene to cure the underlying disorder that's caused by the gene problem. So there are genetic disorders that affect children and adults. Right now, there are currently about in the U.S. only 13 approved gene therapies for pediatric conditions.
That's it.
Only 13.
And you're one of them.
There are 13 total gene therapy products that are approved by the FDA.
Okay. Gotcha.
And we're offering 11 of those 13 here, more than any other on the West Coast.
Now, is there such a thing? I know there's such a thing. I don't know if you're talking about it right now, but like there are companies out there like CRISPR and other companies that are involved in gene editing.
Yes.
Right? Is that something that you guys do?
This is very much related. So think of this as getting more and more detailed. So gene therapy refers to fixing a gene one way or the other. The first way we started was to replace big chunks of the genes. Now, companies like you just mentioned have worked out technology. Scientists have developed technologies to edit the genes, meaning change the alphabets of our DNA.
Wow.
Rather than having to put in a whole big piece, we can just modify the altered piece through these new techniques. And those are currently under clinical trials for the most part. So I mentioned the 13 that are approved, but we're doing many, many other studies across multiple diseases, trying these new approaches, new technologies.
Okay, let's say I'm driving around and I'm interested in this. How can I find out whether or not I'm eligible?
Multiple different ways. If you are a child or a parent of a child, you can call our 1-800 number here at CHLA and we'll start talking you through it. You can go online, put in, if somebody has a genetic disorder, you pick it. Hemophilia, sickle cell disease, pick the disease, and you can just basically do a browser search, and I'm sure it can show you. Or you go specifically to something called clinicaltrials.gov, clinicaltrials.gov, where you can search for clinical trials that you might be eligible for based on age, underlying disease, et cetera, et cetera.
Boy, the advances in medicine are amazing,
It's
aren't they?
crazy.
Like, 20 years ago, couldn't do any of that. Yeah.
So what's the
That's correct.
emotional impact of you in this role here overseeing all of this?
Well, it's pretty dramatic. Needless to say, it's a mission-driven hospital.
Right.
More than 700,000 kids came in and out last year here. Every one of them.
700,000.
Plus. I think we're up to 730,000 last year.
Wow.
So what does that mean? Every child is a life and a family and a community and a school and a sports team.
Yep.
So the impact of what we do here affects, the ripple effect is massive.
Answer this one any way you want.
Yeah.
What's the favorite part about your job?
Oh, man, every part of it, right? I will say this. It's really
a lot of people smiling around.
It's
here,
inspiring.
Doc. Yeah.
You come to work and you see these kids and families. Look at them roaming the hall. We're waving to some of them right now. I mean, it's easy to get up early and stay up late.
Right.
The team members here are so dedicated. Some of them have been here, like you've been on ESPN, decades, right?
Yeah,
We're talking
right.
folks that are really committed to the mission. Me personally, every specific story. So I'll encourage folks to go on our website. Look at our gene therapy blogs. You're going to find kids who had night blindness, and now with gene therapy, they can go trick-or-treating because they can see at night.
Yeah.
Now
Holy
you've got
mackerel.
kids that couldn't
Yeah.
jump and run and play. They could have been end up paralyzed with muscular dystrophies, etc. Weak. Now they're jumping, they're running, they're climbing stairs, they're playing with friends. Each story is an inspiration.
I told the story earlier, but I'll tell it again for people that weren't listening. Bob Kay, who works in your orthopedics, is a big sports fan.
He leads our orthopedics.
Yeah, he's a big sports fan.
that he
so
is.
he's been listening to Mason and I for years. I introduced him to Mace before the show. And so he offered a few years ago, he said, hey, if you're interested in what we're doing, come follow me around one morning. So I did it. I came in here.
Awesome.
He was nice enough to let me basically shadow him. And one of the coolest things that he did was he goes, I want to show you a video. And he showed me a video of a girl in a walker who had severe disfigurement, couldn't walk, could barely walk with the walker. And he goes, look over there. And it was this girl after she had had a couple of surgeries at CHLA. And doctor, she was walking with just like me, like without a walker. No, like I wouldn't even, if I was her dad, I wouldn't even allow myself to think that that was possible. And so you guys are making miracles happen, which must be incredibly cool to feel when you see somebody go from what I saw in the video to where she is now.
I will just say, one of my first clinical trials, part of the reason I came from the NIH to come here, is we did the first so-called gene cell therapies for childhood leukemia, and we had kids come to us from hospice care.
Wow.
Like they were told they just had a couple of months. Yeah.
And they're cured.
Ha!
That's
All right.
Love it.
So you
Love
ask
it.
me what inspires me most, depends on who I saw last.
Right. That's incredible. Well, that leads to the natural question. Do you think Alexander Ovechkin gets the record this year?
All right. So can I digress for a minute? My first visit to the Staples Center, this was called, when I first moved out.
Yep.
And, of course, I'm a huge Kings fan, but I had just moved out.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing the red jersey, sitting behind the visitors, and Ovi recognized me, passed me up his game stick, and all the silver and black around me are looking at me like, why did he give you that? I said, very clear. He sees I needed to get out of here alive. So anyway, we're rooting for Ovi, but of course we're rooting for our Kings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'll tell you this, Doctor, and we're talking to Dr. Alan Wayne at Children's Hospital, L.A. That was one record. You know, we got to cover Gretzky. That's how long we've been doing this. And if you would have told me someone is going to catch his goals record, I would have bet you my house that was never going to happen. I said, nobody will touch his goal record and nobody will touch his points record. His assists are so high. And the fact that Ovechkin's about to do this, did you ever think you'd live to see it? I mean, you've been a fan as long as I have, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that record was untouchable, didn't you?
Absolutely. And, of course, Wayne Gretzky got the perfect first name because my last name is Wayne.
There
So
you
we're
go.
rooting for Wayne Gretzky all
Yeah,
the time.
right,
So
right.
I don't know. I got mixed feelings here.
Sure.
But we love the sport.
How many away is he?
He's 8 away.
8 away.
And he just played here, right, the other day?
Yeah,
played in Anaheim.
He
and
got
here.
goose-egged by our Kings.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. We have Luke Robitaille coming on tomorrow, so he'll be happy.
He will be happy.
But he'll do it this year, won't he? There's enough season left, right?
Could. I will tell you.
Got the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
And well, and the other thing is, in hockey, you never know. I've seen teams go on goal-scoring binges for a week,
Oh, sure.
and I've seen teams score 1 goal in 6 games. So
He was out with a broken leg for 15 games, I think, and he's still on. So we'll find out.
You're
Only
right.
Ovi knows.
Right. Yeah.
I want to ask one last thing
sure,
about the science, because I like science. So, is it true that someday there will be like a vaccine for a particular cancer?
Yes, there will be. And there are already vaccines that are in use, for example, for prostate cancer, for other types of cancers. What you're getting at is using the immune system to fight cancer. And we've known for decades, through a variety of sources of information and results, that the immune system can be stronger than chemotherapy, radiation, surgery, bone marrow transplant. And that first trial I told you about, many of the children had come to us, had never been in remission. 1 dose of their own cells re-engineered to attack leukemia, 2/3 of them went into remission.
Wow.
So the immune system,
wow.
yes. So the immune system is incredibly potent. We all have one.
Right. And there's technically a different vaccine for each particular cancer, right?
That's right, for subtypes of cancer.
Wow.
And then there'll be variations even between patients with the same type of cancer. So it's complex stuff.
Yeah.
But we're working hard, fast and furiously to try to get there.
We've learned so much today. We had Jeffrey Gold on last hour, and he was telling us how in a lot of cases, and this is stunning to me, that they've developed VR technologies that they don't even have to give kids anesthesia or even local anesthesia when they're getting their arm pricked for a blood test or where they're getting that, and that they've been doing this for 20 years and it's advancing every year, and it just goes to show you we're lucky. I mean, you came from D.C., you know, we're lucky we live in a big city because if, you know, Mace grew up in Toledo, Ohio.
Yep.
If you, unfortunately...
Fellow Buckeye, by the way.
Fellow Buckeye.
If you were a kid who had to go to a children's hospital, you probably would have had to go into Cleveland or come out here to California.
Yep.
In Los Angeles, 700,000 kids in 1 year. This is my long way of telling you we're very glad you're here.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we're really glad you're here. And thank you for promoting this place. Thanks for doing all you do. I will tell you, sports means the world to these kids, to their doctors, to our community, and we just appreciate you all so much and all the athletes and teams out there.
You know, and I was thinking, I'm a big Marvel fan, and I was thinking that we've talked to specialists in different areas, and it is almost like you've got this gigantic team of people, each handles their own discipline, and I would imagine that it takes multiple doctors to treat one kid, right?
No question. We'll sometimes have 30 of us standing around the bedside, particularly when we're in the intensive care unit.
Sure.
When all systems are, up for grabs.
Yeah. It's so great. It's so great to have a
team sport for sure.
Team sport.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr.
Awesome
Wayne.
to meet you, Dr.
Very
Wayne.
much.
Appreciate it, man.
Very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Dr. Alan Wayne joining us. All right, so we are live at CHLA.
Did you have any idea about the advances in medicine that we've discovered today?
No clue.
It's like,
it's amazing.
I know. It's completely different. You know, I used to be like, go to the doctor, get a lollipop, you stick your tongue out. And now they're doing VR, and he's doing clinical trials.
Yeah, it's incredible.
You know, it's fantastic.
Incredible. All right, coming up next for you, we'll circle back to the Lakers, who yesterday pulled off a win versus Phoenix, a win they really needed.
They should win tonight.
Tonight is
San
important.
Antonio. No Wemby, no De'Aaron Fox. Luka is. I've got. As a matter of fact, I'll tease this.
Okay.
I've got the injury report. It got sent to me while we were talking to Dr. Wayne, so I'll fill you in.
Okay, we'll do that coming up next. Live from CHLA, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, let's talk trash. Food waste. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick. It's easy. It helps protect the planet. If you're ready to do your part, visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You've got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
It's spring in the Southland, and the season of adventure is here. So why not hit the road in a brand new Kia from Kia of Carson? Whether you want a sleek sedan, a spacious SUV, or the latest hybrid or EV, Kia of Carson has the perfect ride for you. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, we have all the latest tech-savvy vehicles that make the season of adventure more exciting. And Kia of Carson makes car buying easy, fun, and unforgettable. But don't wait. Our spring sales event is happening now. Hurry in today or shop online at KiaofCarson.com. Kia of Carson. Let's get you on the road.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. You can run your game all season long on Prize Picks, and it's the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. The app is super easy to use. You just create a lineup. All you have to do is pick more or less on a few players for your shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. And on Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections on different sports. Combine your favorite basketball players with your best guys from baseball, hockey, esports, and much, much more. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Download the app today and use code 710 to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code.
Quinton Byfield just won't stop scoring. Saturday night in Los Angeles, he scored the game-winning goal in overtime to beat the Nashville Predators.
Byfield in right wing with Kempe. He skates down the wall. Pressure there by Grana. Kempe gets it back. Center pass. Byfield scores! Quinton Byfield wins the game in overtime, and it's goals in 6 straight games for QB. An overtime winner, and the Kings win it 1-0 here in downtown LA.
Tonight, Byfield and the Kings are back on the road as they visit the Minnesota Wild. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 5 p.m. Pacific on the brand new ESPN LA app.
The biggest show on the radio, and back to Mason in Ireland.
Live from Children's Hospital, Los Angeles, and I feel like I'm learning a lot today. Like, I feel like I'm understanding a little bit of what doctors here do. It is incredible. Clinton Yates is here from the Clinton Yates and Friends show.
How are you, Mason?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well.
How's the show going?
Show's going well.
Yeah?
You know, it's the early morning wake up, but we got a lot, it's a national show, but a lot of listeners from 710 have been very loyal, and I want to thank everybody who, calls in and contributes to the program. It's great. I've always liked morning radio. Getting up is not an issue for me. I enjoy getting the day started with a little yapping. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's
the best part of it, we started in mornings.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is you have the whole rest of the day to do whatever the hell you want.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
So that's a good
Although
thing.
you've got,
Other
your morning
stuff.
starts at 7, right?
Well, the morning, we meet before the show by about 90 minutes.
Right.
So
we used to go on at 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's early.
That's just nuts. That's just
early.
nuts.
7 a.m. is just about perfect.
By the way, any Handel's brought ice cream today. Any of the flavors strike your...
Black Raspberry Chunk is sounding good. Graham Central Station.
Oh, my God.
Also
So
a
good.
nice... I'm a big fan of
So good.
pun names.
Oh, yeah.
So Graham, as in graham cracker.
It was great.
It's
I had it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Try
that's
it
good.
out.
So I wanted to ask you, first of all, there are items that are being
Yes.
bid on right now, and it happens at 710-4, FORCHLA.com. And we've had a spike in the bidding today.
Is that right?
Ireland, my experience, come to Cosm with me, you and a guest, is at $520. Go to the USC game, be on the sidelines. Laura, what you got that one at?
$10, $20, $1,000, over $1,000.
And
that deserved to be a lot higher.
here's one. Watch the Boys in Blue with Trav, me, and Bergman.
Okay.
It's only at $610.
People aren't valuing that
That's a great experience.
They don't want
Value
to show
that.
up and leave in the fourth inning.
And there's a Clinton Yates. No. I always stay for a whole baseball game.
Yeah, you just don't get there till the fourth.
That is true. I
subtle
do
shot
get there a little late.
I'm
I
messing
can't
with
believe you come on the show and immediately start taking shots.
It was easy. It was right there. It was a
easy.
layup.
It was like
one
that
of the
for you.
experiences, though, is something that I did want to talk about because it related to something Parker and I did yesterday, which is a courtside game with myself and Emily Hebel for the USC women's basketball team.
Nice.
And we went yesterday to the Selection Sunday show at Galen. And not going to lie, it was a little awkward because they got that last one seed.
Yeah, they were the fourth
deserve
overall
better.
seed.
Lindsay Gottlieb said, the coach said afterwards that she can't believe she was disappointed with the 1 seed, but I can see her point. They only lost 3 games all year.
Yeah.
And they beat UCLA, the overall number 1 seed, twice.
I was at both of those games.
Yeah.
And Juju's the best player in the country. She's fantastic to watch. I thought they got kind of screwed.
I do, too. And if you just do the internal logic of how it was set up, Mason, okay, they beat UCLA twice. And the idea was that UCLA got the latest win, but South Carolina, whose strength of schedule was in fact harder, did not get the number 1 either. I said, between all of that, I'm not saying that USC should have been the 1 overall seed.
Right.
But they didn't need to be the 4th.
The 4.
And they got the hardest bracket with UConn in the actual same bracket.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
is tough.
man,
That is
tough
also,
deal.
they should have put UCLA and USC on different sides of the bracket.
Well, think about this. UCLA beat South Carolina.
Right.
USC beat UCLA twice.
Yeah.
I mean, that should mean something.
It just didn't add up to me, and so I think, and the vibe in there kind of shifted because once you realized on the two level that UConn was going to be the thing, you thought, oh wow, this is going to be a tough go, and the players were focused. It was not the jubilistic situation you saw at UCLA where all the girls jumped up because they were borderline
but maybe
surprised.
a little chip on their shoulder.
Don't hate it.
Yeah.
Don't hate it. This is a USC team that I think also kind of had to find themselves a little bit in terms of realizing that it's not just Kiki and the non-Kikis.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, excuse me, Juju and the non-Jujus. Kiki is Leon Afe is a good part of that team too. So
and she's got Lauren Betts with her, so it helps. But, Mason and I were talking earlier, Clinton, and we don't know how this happened or when it happened. But both of us are actually more excited about the women's tournament than we are about the men.
Dude, absolutely. And I think one of the reasons why I was explaining this a little bit on the show this morning is that you get continuity in the women's game.
Right.
You know where people
That's a good
are
point.
and who they're playing for, as opposed to the men's game where guys are not just moving from small college to big colleges. They're going from big colleges to big colleges.
Right.
We got the guy at Arizona who played
at North Carolina.
UNC, and you're like, wow, that's a little weird these days. So I think that the women's game is in a great place. It is a more enjoyable product as far as I'm concerned. It's a different type of basketball. I love it. Like I said, I covered both those UCLA-USC games just off my own interest.
So, Joe, did either one of you guys watch the 60-minute story on Danny Hurley?
Did not.
Not yet,
But
no.
he seems like a real piece of work.
He's wound pretty
By
tight.
the way, and the Lakers, I think, dodged a bullet by
and JJ's really good.
JJ's great.
But he made an interesting point. All right, so UConn has won the last 2 national championships. So let's say you're a kid at UConn and you went there 2 years ago. You've already got 2 rings, okay? He said that half of his team, he said that 7 to 8 guys are already not only going to the portal, but have already talked to the coaches where they're going to go play.
They're being lured
and
there.
know what they're going to make when they leave.
Yeah.
He said it, and that doesn't happen as much in the women's game for whatever reason.
No, it's because
I don't think there's as much money floating around.
Well, I would say this also. The money is not in jumping from roster to roster. The money is in you being an actual viable product that people can identify.
Yeah, Juju just got another deal that no one's ever gotten before.
Exactly.
All right, so I want to ask you, by the way, happy baseball opening morning?
We're underway.
It's
I got
opening
up
morning.
at 3 a.m. to watch that
Did you watch
the game
it?
before last. I watched it. Shohei went out. That was great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Saw that live.
That was the first game, right?
That was cool. That was the
Run.
first
Cool
game
one.
before Snellzilla got blown up in Japan, which was not a good start if you ask me. But I do think that this Dodgers team, this is going to be a fantastic season.
Yeah.
I think that there is something about the energy coming off of a championship, and your team is arguably better on top of that.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Tell me which side of this bet you would rather be on.
Okay.
Okay, I made a bet with Travis.
All right.
I'm a Dodger fan, and I'm rooting for them, and I want them to win the World Series.
But
I think Mason and Travis and Bergman are all ridiculously overconfident. The Dodgers would be the first team in 24 years to repeat.
Okay.
The last team to do it with the Yankees in 99 and 2000.
Yeah.
Like right around then. On top of that, so here's the bet. Travis has the Dodgers.
Okay.
I have the field.
The field, yeah.
What side of the bet would you rather
The reason, let me explain to you why I would take the Dodgers. It's twofold.
Okay.
Number one, the reason why they were so looked at as such a great team for so long is that they were dominating the division. It's not like they just popped up out of nowhere to win the World Series. Also, I don't see anybody in the NL getting that much better at this stage. There's almost a default element to the Dodgers at this point, Johnny I, that I think has to be in play here. If you win the division every daggone time, you've got one of the best rosters. Somebody else is going to have to dethrone you. The issue with the Dodgers is that they couldn't get to the throne.
Right.
Well, now that they're there, there's no reason for me to believe that some other team is just going to all of a sudden come out of nowhere and take them off of it. That's why I would take the Dodgers.
If they don't win the National, I think probably it would be Philly.
That's the one. That's the team I think.
Sure, but this iteration.
I think the Mets, although their pitching is now scattered.
Right. This iteration of the Phillies has not done it. They got no hit in their own park in the World Series. How do I know? I was there.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm not going to
I'm all in on by the way,
I think it's a smart bet beyond the fandom is what I'm saying, to take the Dodgers versus the Phillies.
The odds are 3-1 for the Dodgers, so 33% in Vegas chance they're going to win.
That means there's a 77% chance I'm on the right side.
I just, again, when people take these bets, sometimes I think you actually have to name the squads. And in this case, I don't see Philly jumping over the hump. Sure, could Philly mess around and make a World Series, but that doesn't mean they're going to win it either. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's where, again, the Dodgers, this last World Series, I think, was one of the larger dismantlings we've seen on that stage. The Yankees were completely outclassed. Who is he pointing at? This kid's pointing. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Gained a new follower. But, they completely dismantled the Yankees.
By the way, March 28th
Yep.
on Apple TV.
Yeah.
Documentary about the Dodgers-Yankees World Series. The trailer came out today. I'll play it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you guys can hear it. Looks great.
Jorge played me that in the studio when I was over there before, and it looks awesome. It's produced by
Does
Derek
Aaron
Jeter.
Judge still drop the ball?
Dude.
Yeah. Well, Derek Jeter's one of the producers, so you know it's
which
not
leads me
going
to
to be
believe that
too
they
hard.
thought that the Yankees were going to win the series. You don't go into a documentary if you're Derek Jeter thinking that the Yankees are going to get popped 4-1 in a 5-game series. So, yeah, that looks good though.
By the way, the one thing I will apologize. I'm not up every morning to hear your show.
No worries.
But I do like that you kind of shaded L.A. It feels very L.A. to me, like the topics.
That's
and
the idea.
The calls. I hear a lot of L.A. calls.
Well, that's a function of a lot of our listeners. You know, and this is the last thing I'll say about this is, you know, when I first came out here, doing local radio was important to me for that exact reason. I wanted to feel like I was a part of the town and understand what goes on here because that's why I like it. You know, a lot of people used to get on me early because they didn't know me, but like Los Angeles is a great city. As far as I'm concerned, it's my favorite city in the country. That's why I live here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I have every single intention of making that be known to the rest.
Who wins the women's NCAA tournament?
I actually picked USC on Around the Horn.
Did you?
I mean, look, if they can beat UConn, which they already did this season by the bye, and they can get past the number 1 seed overall, which they did twice, there's no reason for me to believe that they can't ride Juju and Kiki and get all the way there.
I think South Carolina's a sleeping giant. I know they won it last year.
Sleeping giant. I mean, they're
a 1 seed.
They're the biggest program in the country.
No, but UCLA's the top number 1. I think most people are, like Clinton says, are picking USC because of Juju.
Yeah.
I think that for whatever reason they're quietly under the radar, and that's dangerous.
I'm rooting for all the stars in the men's tournament. That's their best bet. Cooper Flagg, Johnny Broom, get those guys to the Final Four.
I don't know that
and
I'm
it's
playing
interesting.
Cooper Flagg, man.
No, well, I heard today. I heard the discussion today that he doesn't play in the first round, but probably plays in the round of 32.
I would also argue that Cooper Flagg is the only real star in men's college.
Johnny Broom is really good. I mean,
the two kids at Rutgers are good.
Yeah.
But
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper Flagg, people are talking about like being as much of a number 1 lock as LeBron and Wemby.
I can't imagine that, but
we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, boys. I got
Big CY. Thank you, man. Enjoy the ice cream from Handles.
What ice cream did you get?
I got Graham Central Station. It looks delicious.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
All right. We are live from Children's Hospital. Time to tell you about Chumba. At Chumba Casino, the action never, ever stops. You can play online social casino games anytime, anywhere for free, and no purchase is necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots and so much more. Hundreds of games. You'll never run out of action. Here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. You could redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking and the game is on. Suit up and take your shot. Let's chumba. I think I missed each other. Chumba. There you go. Head to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
I'm this weird part of my life. I really am.
Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years, a hilarious stand-up special, is now streaming on Hulu.
I am getting along with my wife better than I ever have. All you have to do is agree to something that you would never do. Farmer's market? Oh, boy, would I! My buddy dies. I show up to the funeral. Open casket. You told me he was dead. I believed you.
Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years, is now streaming on Hulu.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
On this Monday, we are live from Children's Hospital Los Angeles, 710-4CHLA.com, raising money for the kids. 710-4CHLA.com. Once again, back to the biggest show on the radio and back to Mason in Ireland.
Just like so many times before. All right, so Ireland, I've got a list of the 10 happiest cities in America. 4 of them are in the state of California.
Really?
2 of them are in Southern California.
Okay. Let's throw Irvine out
Irvine is. Irvine is on every list. It's the number 3 happiest city in America, despite the fact that Pepe lives there.
Is the
come on.
Is the other one in L.A.
Orange County?
It's in Orange County.
It's very near where you grew up.
Laguna?
No.
Newport?
No.
It's not Corona Del Mar.
No.
I don't know where else it would be.
Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
Huntington Beach is number 10. Here's the top 10. Fremont, California.
Been there.
The happiest city in America.
Okay.
San Jose, California, number 2. That surprises me. Irvine, number 3. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, number 4. Overland Park, Kansas, number 5. Lincoln, Nebraska, number 6. Madison, Wisconsin, number 7. Scottsdale, Arizona, number 8. San Francisco, number 9. And number 10 is Huntington Beach. Where do you think L.A. figured?
About around 50, probably.
77.
Yeah.
Wow.
77th happiest city in America.
Too crowded.
And traffic.
Yep.
Too much traffic.
We should be higher up on that list.
Although I don't, people laugh at me. I don't mind traffic that much. It allows me to sort of focus and settle
I always
in.
give more time to get places because of traffic, so I manage it pretty well. But traffic sucks. But traffic's everywhere. I was just in New York for 4 days. You could walk in New York quicker than you can if you get in a
probably
cab.
should.
Yeah.
Probably walking is the best. I like walking.
And
I like
then
subway.
when we had to go from the hotel over to where the Glen Ross was, we took the train.
Yeah.
And
Did you Uber or did you taxi? When you were going around town?
I never got in a car.
You never taxied either?
I walked everywhere, and then if I needed to go really far, I took the train.
Right. Yeah, I mean, New York is jammed.
I hate being in that bumper-to-bumper traffic and cars in New York. It's basically
total gridlock.
You're trapped.
Yeah,
you can't go.
And by the way, and the thing about people don't generally use their car horn in L.A. Everybody uses their car horn in New York. It is
true.
so loud. So Denny Hamlin's a race car driver, John.
I'm aware of him.
And I think this is kind of unfair. The universe is a little unfair here. He hit 3 jackpots at the slots this weekend. He won $250,000 hitting the jackpot 3 times on the slots.
Well, maybe he's like your mom and he just sits there all night and plays on it. I mean, I can count the amount of times I've played a slot machine on 2 hands.
Yeah, I'm not a slot machine guy. My mom just loves the slot. My Aunt Linda's in town right now. Oh, my God, Stevie. She's absolutely playing the slots at Fantasy Springs right now. Now, he was playing big. I don't get this. He's playing $50 slots. Now, I would never put $50 into a slot machine.
If I'm going to spend $50, I'll go to a blackjack.
Yeah, go to a blackjack. I feel much better about
even
take
a
it to the poker room.
table.
Yeah. I always say poker because the house has no edge in poker. They get the rake.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can sit there and just look at cards all day.
Well, you know what they say about that.
What?
If you look around the table and you don't know who the sucker is, it's you.
It's you, exactly right. I'm never.
That's
the
why
sucker.
I don't gamble.
Never
I
the sucker.
suck.
Let me see what other.
You got any money on you?
Yeah, I actually do.
Yeah, okay, so let's come on. Well, Mason and I will teach you how to play poker.
We'll teach you. Oh, you'd be great, Laura. Yeah, let's grab you and let's grab Steffa. Steph is another. Steph, have you ever played before? Yeah. All right, good. So you're in.
No.
Time for another Mason and Ireland poker
tournament. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do a poker tournament. All right.
Parker,
let me see.
sub in.
One other. Ernie Johnson, I heard talk about this. I think this is interesting. We always talk about who's the next face of the NBA. For the next 10 years, isn't Luka Doncic the face of the NBA?
No.
He's not. Why?
Wemby. Wemby is once in a generation. Luka.
But do you think Wemby's going to win scoring titles? Do you think Wemby's going to win MVPs?
I do.
Do you think you do?
Yeah. And I think he's going to lead the league in blocks every year.
That's no question.
And I
think, by the way, even though he's shut down, I think he still winds up leading the league in blocks.
He is a modern-day Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
He is so unique. And this is not to take anything away from Luka. I think Luka can win MVPs and can win championships and hopefully does both with the Lakers. But Wemby is, think Kareem, Shaq.
Right.
He's just so unique.
He is. He pulls focus.
Yeah.
If you're watching an NBA game where Wemby is in it, he pulls focus. That's who you're looking at.
And he'll be at Crypto tonight. He's just not playing because he's got that.
Oh yeah, and he's traveling.
Thrombosis.
Yeah. There's one other thing I wanted to get to before we get to Game of Games, and that is Happy Gilmore 2 has officially got a release date. It is going to come out on July the 25th. And it features so many guys. Sandler and Christopher McDonald is back. Julie Bowen is back. Ben Stiller is back. And then a bunch of golfers and stars are going in. Golfers include Keegan Bradley, Bryson DeChambeau, John Daly, on and on and on. So a lot of real golfers. Also, Eminem, Reggie Bush, Travis. It sounds like they just had a big party making this movie.
Good.
And it was such a great original film. Do you think a sequel works?
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if it'll work or not, but I'm in because I like the first one. So
yeah, and I love Sandler. Sandler is on our guest list, right?
I'm trying. He's a hard cookie to pin down.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
what about Juju this week?
Juju.
They don't play till Saturday, right?
I did ask. I have not heard. I will follow up.
She'd be fun to have on, too.
Yeah.
Big week.
I'm working on it.
All right, I know you are.
All right, let me give you the Laker injury report because I teased this.
Oh, yeah, please do
it. Luka, right ankle sprain, probable. Normally probable means he played.
Yes.
Dorian Finney-Smith, left ankle, probable.
Okay.
Jemison, Hachimura, LeBron, Maxi Kleba, all out. Not unexpected there. We knew LeBron and Jemison were
so
going to be
basically
out.
the same
team that we saw last night.
Yeah, exactly. Same
yesterday.
Group.
Yeah.
I feel good about that.
Yeah, it really depends. Like, Wemby was on last time we played him, and Harrison Barnes had a big game, and they beat us by 20, and that game was in L.A.
Right.
Guess what the Lakers' home record is, where it ranks in the NBA right now? Like, their record at home, they're the best team in the NBA?
Third.
Correct? Did you know?
No.
They're only behind Oklahoma City and Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
So maybe home court advantage does mean something.
Cleveland, by the way, had their winning streaks snapped yesterday, but
Orlando's good.
They've had two 16-game winning streaks this year. That's crazy. Cleveland is a beast.
Well, Cleveland and OKC are clearly the two best teams in the league, but having said that, I think the Lakers can play with either one of them.
Yeah. Hey,
they just got to get healthy.
Brian, do you have that piece of sound from Stephen A. Smith? Stephen A. has got what he thinks is an unbelievable NBA Finals. Brian, do you have that?
Yep.
Hit it.
It's very, very simple. It's my wish.
Okay.
I don't believe it will happen.
So you
but
wish to be in Cleveland?
I would wish for Cleveland versus LeBron and the Lakers, with Cleveland and Donovan Mitchell and the crew going up against LeBron, with LeBron having to go back to Cleveland to win a championship against that city. In that city, with Cleveland having home court advantage, Lord have mercy. We talk about Boston, L.A., and that rivalry. I don't give L.A. any chance against the Boston Celtics. L.A. would have a chance against Cleveland. If that was a finals matchup, that would be epic.
That would be a hell of a finals.
It's interesting he says he doesn't give the Lakers a chance against the Celtics. The Lakers beat the Celtics at Crypto and were tied with them when LeBron went out in Boston. I give the Lakers an absolute chance, and my dream matchup is always Lakers-Celtics because it means more. It always means a lot when you win the title. It means more if you knock Boston out while you're doing it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I think my favorite matchup would be Lakers-Boston. My second favorite would be Lakers-Cleveland. That would be unbelievable. All right. Coming up next for you is Game of Games. Whose game is it today? Brian's game today.
Those are always good.
Brian always nails it. We'll do Game of Games coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right. You probably know if you've been listening that it takes up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job. That's almost 2.5 months. Nobody's got that kind of time. Start using ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find qualified candidates for all your roles fast. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. They don't leave anything to chance. They use powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Check them out today for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Quinton Byfield just won't stop scoring. Saturday night in Los Angeles, he scored the game-winning goal in overtime to beat the Nashville Predators.
Pressure there by Braun. Kempe gets it back, center pass. Byfield scores! Quinton Byfield wins the game in overtime, and it's goals in 6 straight games for QB.
Tonight, Byfield and the Kings are back on the road as they visit the Minnesota Wild. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 5 p.m. Pacific on the brand new ESPN LA app.
Don't navigate the legal system alone.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
After 30 years and more than 20,000 transactions, Seller's Advantage knows how to get you more for your home.
No agent fees, no commissions, just an as-is cash offer.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final 4 national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. 1 ticket, 2 matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in L.A., Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. We are live at Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the Make March Matter campaign, and we're going to do a little Game of Games here. It is Brian's game today. Laura's going to play, Ireland, Bergman, and me. Do you happen to have the score?
I do. Mason 4, Ireland 3,
What?
Laura 2, O'Shea Jackson Jr. 1, and Andy K 1.
Whoa.
Yeah, Mason's gotten really good at Game of Games. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won last month, and he's leading this month.
What is going on here?
You're not here.
I leave for like 2 weeks and you're winning everything?
New slogan. That's right. That's been the difference.
That's right. That's what you're going to go with? Thanks, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, what do you got?
Brian, what do we got?
We got a special St. Patrick's Day game for you today. So,
Okay.
All multiple choice.
Do it in an Irish accent.
Oh, I wish I could. I should have practiced before. All right, number 1 here. 4-leaf clovers are considered good luck. But how many leaves does the typical clover plant have? 3, 4, or 5?
Laura.
3.
Greg.
3.
Mace.
3.
I'm in agreement. 3.
And that is correct.
There
Yay.
you go. Everybody
You know,
on the
you know how
board.
many times I look for 4-leaf clovers through a patch of 3-leaf clovers? Yeah.
And you always find 3.
It's always 3.
It's always
3.
All right, number 2 here. What is the famous mascot's name from the cereal Lucky Charms? You know, the tagline, magically delicious.
Always after me, Lucky Charms.
There we go. Or is it
magically delicious?
Magically delicious.
Greg should have done this game.
Patty the Leprechaun, B, Lucky the Leprechaun, or C, Seamus O'Shamrock?
Greg.
Ooh, I love the name Seamus O'Shamrock, but I think it's Lucky.
Mace.
Lucky.
I'm going Lucky. Laura.
It's 100% Lucky.
It is Lucky the Leprechaun.
Yeah. Okay, everybody's 2 for 2.
Maybe Seamus O'Shamrock.
Okay,
That would have been cool.
That was a good made-up one, Brian.
Yeah, no, it was a good one.
All right, according to folklore, what is a leprechaun's real job? Musician, spinning straw into gold, or shoemakers?
Mace.
Ooh.
I believe it is spinning straw into gold.
I also think it is spinning straw into gold. Laura.
They are shoemakers.
Greg.
I think they're shoemakers.
Brian, what's the answer?
They are shoemakers.
I knew that one.
Damn.
Laura, nice job.
Greg and Laura are in the lead.
Uh-oh.
Number 4 here. According to Google's AI, what are your odds of finding a 4-leaf clover? 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000.
All right, this one's me. I have no idea. 1 in doubt, guess B. 1 in 1,000. Laura.
1 in 1,000.
Greg.
I have found them before, so 1 in 1,000.
Yeah, 10,000 seems like too many. I'll go 1,000.
All right, Brian, did it?
10,000. 1 in 10,000.
It is?
Oh, it is 10,000.
Wow.
Pressure instinct.
I guess there are a lot of clovers when you're looking through them.
That is true.
Very insightful.
Really
Greg.
in depth there.
Going.
He wanted to be insightful on the doctor chair. On the doctor chair.
Hey, you weren't going to get anywhere else. So, you know, let me help you out.
We had doctors here all day, and now we've
No,
got
Greg.
Yeah. Look, obviously, they're way smarter than I am because that's how they got there.
But he wanted to
here.
be insightful. I took it, Greg. I took it.
All right, Brian, what's next?
Number 5 here. A woman in the U.S. holds the Guinness World Record for the largest 4-leaf clover collection. How many 4-leaf clovers did she find? 75,000, 120,000, 413,000.
Laura.
I'll go with B, whatever B was.
Okay, Greg.
Yeah.
Greg.
125.
I'm going to go 413,000. Mace.
I'm with Ireland. 413,000.
It is 120,000.
Yeah.
We both got it.
Okay,
Right,
so
so
Laura
they've
and
taken
Greg
control.
have 4. John and Mace have 2. How many are left, Brian?
4 left here.
Okay.
You're alive. You're alive.
All right, what
See,
is
more insight.
What is rarer to find, a 4-leaf clover or a 5-leaf clover?
Huh.
Oh.
Greg.
I mean, 5-leaf seems more. Yeah, 5-leaf.
Laura.
I feel like this is a trick question,
So do
so
I.
I'm going to go 4.
I also think it's a trick question, and I'm going to go 4. Mace.
I am with that crowd. 4.
Brian, what's the answer?
And I tricked you. It is 5.
Oh, yeah. All right. Take the lead.
The
All right,
odds-
Bergman's got the. There are 3 left.
Yes, 3 left.
All right, you and I got to go opposite.
Got to go opposite.
Of
Okay.
Greg, at least.
Greg goes first.
Yeah, Greg goes first.
Yep.
How many wins do the Boston Celtics have all time on St. Patrick's Day? 26, 32, 39.
Greg.
This is probably not the right way to do this, but to the Celtics, I'll go as low as possible. 26.
Laura.
I'll go the highest possible, which I think was C, right? 30.
39.
39.
So you and I just have to go opposite of the 26. So we either have to say 39, or what was the other choice, Brian?
32.
I'm going 39.
I'll go 32.
And it is 26.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg got it.
Greg won. Greg
Bergman,
wins.
is that it?
Is that it? No.
Yeah,
Laura's
there's
two
one.
left.
There's
Two
one
left.
more. There's 1 or 2 left.
2
Brian.
left. 2 left.
Okay, Mason and I are out.
Yep.
Greg and Laura, you just have to go opposite of
Okay.
Greg. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead, Brian.
Green was not always the color of St. Patrick's Day. What was originally the color associated with the holiday? Gold, blue, or red?
Greg.
Gold, blue, or red? Let's go gold.
Laura, blue or red?
Blue.
Brian, what's the answer?
It is blue.
I knew that one. If you said blue, I was like,
No. I'm one up.
Oh,
one up. One up.
See if
Yeah.
Greg's going to pull a Clippers.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Last one here.
It has
Where
happened before.
did the St. Patrick's Day parade tradition start? New York City, Dublin, or London?
All right, Greg.
See, it would make sense for Dublin, but I'm going to go New York City. A lot of
Laura?
Irish in New York.
I'll go Dublin.
It is New York City.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's what I thought.
there's the W.
That is such
All right,
a
let's
big
do the-
parade when they do it.
Let's do the tiebreaker for fun, Brian. What do you got?
All right, so the Chicago River always goes green as a tradition on St. Patty's Day. How many pounds of dye do they use to turn that portion of the river green in the city? How much pounds of dye?
Okay, pounds.
Pounds.
All right.
Pounds.
Laura, give me a number.
520.
Greg?
20,000.
Mace?
1,420.
Nice.
1420. I wrote down 222 pounds.
It's
What's
only,
the answer, Brian?
50 pounds.
50 pounds.
50 pounds.
Oh, so I was
That's
so
it.
far off.
222.
I was 520. I was so off.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's good.
Everybody.
That's a good game, Brian.
Well, good job. Brian.
So Ireland did not win the game about St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, there's something wrong about that. My effort should. I got eliminated early as a matter
Blue
of fact.
pants, is that a little bit of green in the shirt?
Yeah, I have a very
Subtle.
obnoxious green pocket square I'm wearing to the Lakers.
Are
game
you
tonight.
really?
Yeah. But other
Good thing
than
it's
that,
not against the Celtics. That's all.
No, if it was against the Celtics, I wouldn't wear anything green.
Right.
But this is the one day I'll allow myself to wear green.
Bergman, how much do you miss the Mason and Ireland show?
I do
being
miss
part
it.
of the show, being
loves you
on
guys.
the show.
I listen every day. I miss it very
He
much.
loves
I
you
like
guys.
being on with you guys.
I'm
I know
sticking
Ireland
with
doesn't like it.
Well, I'm sticking with my prediction that you're never coming back.
No, he's coming back.
Well, he's kind of here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
No,
right
but
now.
I
the
mean,
joke is
as
he's
the
kind of
permanent
here.
producer.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, as
No,
a
he's
producer,
still coming back.
that might be a little up and down. We'll see.
He's a big boy. Morales, you look great, man.
He does look great.
seriously
I almost didn't
great. Chris
recognize you. You look
Morales.
so good.
Just some random
Give
bearded
it up
guy
for
that was
Chris
standing
Morales.
right there.
Just looks
Looks
terrific.
Chris, have you
Don't roll your
have
eyes,
you had
Steffa.
to buy new clothes yet, or you can still squeeze into the old stuff barely?
Yeah. Devastatingly handsome.
Is Lit happening tomorrow?
Next week.
Oh,
Okay,
so you're
no
not going to
Lit.
miss
Oh,
it.
I'm not going to miss it. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
No. I can't wait for it to come back. I've always been I'm a big lit guy. I'm known as a big lit guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always pro-lit. Ireland, you sometimes are anti-lit.
Yeah, but now that Chris survived a near-death experience, I'm supportive of him being on the show as much as he wants.
Do you want me to do Lit tomorrow just for you, John?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. We'll do a little afternoon
Chris-
show this afternoon because we got to raise money
Oh,
for the
absolutely.
kids.
Chris, I want you to do what you want to do. What do you want to do
What is the
tomorrow?
golf experience at?
It's at
golf
18,
With Worthy in Ireland.
18:10.
So I need I got to put in 19. Well, no, it may hopefully tonight. It
Yeah, by the
ends at
time it's
midnight,
all
right?
up.
Yeah, ends at midnight tonight.
So you think
So-
how much do you think this is going to cost me to annoy you for 18 holes?
Well, at least 1910 now. But are you the one that's bidding to have us do a show at your home or business? Because that's the number one thing right now.
Well, you know,
3,300, yeah.
I think that's huge. I was left off. They didn't do an experience for me because they thought I was going to die.
Right.
Yeah,
But
well, you were on your.
We could have
like
been
a near-death
Hey,
experience.
you know
You're on your
what would
deathbed.
have got us a bunch of money? Speak at Chris's funeral.
Oh my God!
Crypto Ray would sell all his Bitcoin.
Wouldn't that have generated a ton of money?
That would have been amazing.
I love how she's like missed opportunity over here.
His girlfriend saying.
Steph,
I think the Reddit page would have come up with like 20 grand
Oh,
on
they
their
would
own.
have, absolutely.
Would have been amazing.
Chris, I would have bet a lot of money on that one to be able to speak at your funeral.
But I didn't make it. But it is fitting that my first day back on the radio is at a hospital.
It is true.
That
This
makes
is-
sense.
Yeah, this is where you've done
But
some
I
of
don't
your
want to
best
step
work.
on corporate Greg's time because I know the audience misses him.
Oh, they really
Well,
do.
Chris, do
There's
you
a
agree?
clamoring for,
Do you agree with
for
me
Greg.
that Greg will never return as the full-time producer of Mason and Ireland?
Probably
that
not.
Laura will Wally Pip him.
But once you guys get your new deal,
Yeah.
well, that's happening.
It's in the next couple months.
It's being worked on.
Okay.
You know, he's
I haven't
gonna-
heard anything. Have you heard anything now?
Zero.
I haven't heard anything.
Zero, but Mace, I'm making big plans for the end of June. So
Right,
so,
right.
and which I will alter, Chris, to attend the Mandy's if we get a new deal. But if not, Mace, we're going places.
But listen,
Yes.
Bergman will either replace one of you at some point or the whole show one day. So you just
maybe
but
as
that
Mason
Berg-
and Ireland
maybe
goes away
as
and it's
soon
the
as
Bergman
July
show.
1.
But I told
Lunch
him
with Greg?
I told him on one condition.
Yeah.
He's got to keep filling in here and there.
Yeah.
So he's got to still be part
Well,
of
I
the
keep
prep.
saying I asked him to fill in 2 weeks ago, and Brian, and you're like, no.
Because you used to ask him not to fill in.
Chris,
but
he
now
had
you
a
ask
bigger
him.
name on the other line when Mace asked him to fill in. He goes, I don't have time for you.
I'm like,
I wanted to give it a little space before because it was the first week back, like where it was the first week that I was stepping away, so I wanted to give it a little space. I will absolutely fill in if you ask.
Yeah. Now, will you ever fill in, Chris?
You two will
Morales?
hate it.
Fill in?
Fill in for one of us.
On
So
this
he
show?
has to
Yeah, on
ask,
this
not
show.
me?
No.
No, you won't?
Nah, that's really not my thing. You guys are much more sports driven.
Yeah.
That's kind of my blind
Did you
spot.
hear us talk about all the doctors today, all the medicine? It's amazing what is
I now
going
have a
on
team
here.
of doctors, so I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about the I don't know if you heard this, the VR guy?
I did.
That guy was
the
great.
guy with the virtual reality who takes kids'
They were
minds
all
off
great.
it when they're
all
doing
three of
blood
those
draws.
doctors
Oh,
were
wow.
great.
Amazing stuff. Gene editing, all this stuff that's going on is just incredible. The science here.
Now, you know you and I are going to do a lot of photos Friday night at your party and a lot of videos.
Yes, absolutely.
I might do an IG Live.
Wow.
An IG live
From the
my
party?
Is that wait? Is that allowed, Mace? I thought,
do you have
I thought
bags
if you
for
want
our
people to
phones?
relax at the party, you really don't want to broadcast.
It's not Derek Jeter's house, though.
Yeah.
It's not. Everybody doesn't have to.
This will
leave
be
their
my
phone in
first
the bag.
time at your house sober.
That's right.
Yeah, this
That's
is huge.
right. I've seen you stumble down my stairs.
Exactly. Have Perrier on hand for me.
I will do it. We will have
Just
some
do what I
sparkling
did,
water
Chris.
for
As
you.
you're walking out, tell Mason thank you for coming.
Well, I had a few strokes, so maybe I'll just do that just for the bit.
There you go.
All right, guys.
Hey,
have
it is
fun.
great to see you.
Great
Thank
to
you
see
so
you.
much, Chris. And if you want to bid on any of these one-of-a-kind items, go to 710-4FORCHLA.com. 710-4CHLA.com.
As soon as I said we should have put Speak at Morales' funeral, Steph goes, missed opportunity.
She was the first one on that one. And by the way, all
That's
of
a
these,
great relationship, by the way.
it
Love
really is.
that.
All of
Love
these
that.
experiences, midnight tonight, 11:59 p.m.
11:59, that's
they
it.
are done. So all the experiences that are talent related, they all end tonight. So bid, because it's for a great cause.
By the way, tell me about this. Now there are multiple Delta travel credits on here.
So
How
you
does
can
that
bid.
work?
As right now, there's bids are about. It starts at $540, but you get $1,800 worth of Delta credit when you bid on it.
$1,800 for $540.
Yes,
or whatever it
whatever it
fits
goes up to. But as of right now, so if you bid $540
wouldn't I
and you
bid
win,
on that?
Yeah, why
right,
wouldn't you? It's
you get
saving you all that money.
$1,800.
Am I allowed to bid? Or am I,
You can
because
do whatever you
want
wanna
to
do.
work there, am I not allowed to bid? I would bid
It
on
is
that right now.
It's something called a silent auction, so you can do whatever you want to do.
Or I could just have Lisa do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we fly Delta to Spokane all the time when we go
Oh,
to
do you?
Idaho.
Right? Yeah, I mean $1,800 and
I think
starting
you got a
is
year to
$540.
use it too.
Yeah, no,
The
great,
Delta
great
Flyaway
price.
baseball trip for 4.
There is a
LA
flyaway
to
baseball trip.
Milwaukee is also great.
That's
Starting bid.
another
if you love
boys
the
in blue.
Brewers-
Boys in blue.
Yeah.
Versus.
I'm really
Brewers.
disappointed that Watch the Boys in Blue with Trav and you and me is only at $610. I'm like,
It's
who
so
would you
low.
rather watch a game with?
And by the way, it's actually you and 2 friends. It's not
Oh,
one
it's you
friend.
and 2
it's
friends?
you and 2 friends. So we buy 6 tickets.
Oh.
So it's you and 2 friends to go with Mason, Travis, and myself to go see the Boys in Blue.
Yeah. So go to 710-4FORCHLA.com.
Yeah.
The other thing that needs more money is this host the Blue Review. Right now is at $315. That's a great deal for somebody that wants to be on the radio. That's like a half hour on the radio, 25 minutes on the radio for $300.
Imagine you're a Dodger podcaster and you just want to get your name out there.
Talk about your podcast.
320. Yeah, you can talk about your podcast.
Yeah.
You can promote your podcast and be able to just be on an ESPN LA platform. That's amazing.
Ed Hart says this is another missed opportunity.
What's that?
There should also be a bid to go to Mason's party.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah,
I didn't want to do it. Yeah.
The co-hosting with Andy Kamenetsky is $1,000. I love it.
Because that's 2 hours on 710.
You
for
can
Lakers.
promote your podcast
Yes.
while Andy promotes his.
And there'll be a bunch of dings talking about the sickos that like to watch.
Exactly. All right, coming up next for you is some super crosstalk. I see Shadano here. I think
Cappy's
Cap's
there
going to
too.
roll
Yeah.
along. We'll do that next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
Travis, we're here with Dawn Wilcox. She is the vice president of the Development Foundation here at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. And Dawn, you're the person behind the Make March Matter campaign. Yes. Tell us a little bit about what it is and what it does.
Yes, so Make March Matter was created to bring businesses in the community together in a way that would allow everyone to support the hospital that means so much to so many people here in Los Angeles. And we saw this opportunity to raise awareness and money for children's health, for Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and businesses just wanted a time of year that they could unite. And so March seemed to be a good month. There's, some nuances to springtime and the butterfly in our logo. And, it just seemed like a great time to bring everyone together and give them ways to give back.
Well, it's a wonderful, idea, and the way it's being executed is terrific. I know us here at ESPN 710 are incredibly excited to be a part of it, to get to auction off some of the experiences, whether it's going on a hike or going bowling or going to games or all the different things. It's just such a wonderful cause, and to get to be able to participate in it is really terrific.
And that is my favorite part about Make March Matter, is that everyone finds a way to get involved, and for ESPN to come and offer these opportunities up as a way to raise money is just incredible. It's creative, it's fun, it gives people a way to make the donation and get something fun in return, and that's really the spirit of the campaign.
And all of the money that's generated during the campaign goes directly here to CHLA.
It does. All the money raised goes to the Children's Fund, which is how we meet the most urgent needs of the hospital as we treat the most complex cases and the sickest kids and the families that may not have the means to cover the costs of that care. That's what the Children's Fund covers, and that's the money we're raising today.
It is a great cause. It is Make March Matter here at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. You can go to 710-4CHLA.com if you'd like to bid on one of the experiences and help a wonderful cause. Thanks, Dawn.
Thank you.
.560X 99.1 FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Oh, that's great. We've had a fun day here. Cappy's here. Shadano's here. We've learned so much about stuff that we didn't know. I
was listening.
It's the crazy thing was one of the things was the VR.
Yeah.
You're getting
that was a great segment.
Little kid getting a blood draw. You put the VR goggles on and it takes their mind out of that scary moment.
Nice.
I could use that from time to time.
I would imagine.
Cappy.
Yo.
Did you decide on a hotel?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm all booked. I'm all ready to go. I'm coming up for Mace's birthday on Friday night.
I love it.
And I was even looking at the schedule.
Yeah.
The Lakers play Friday night at 7:30.
No, they don't.
No, they're off Friday. They play Thursday and
They play Saturday night.
Thursday against Milwaukee.
Yeah, Thursday and Saturday.
They play Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Oh, you know what it was? I was looking at the schedule last night because I was worried that if the Lakers played at 7, then we might get off at 5:30. Anyway,
normally we would do this on a Saturday, but because the Lakers didn't play on Friday, we did
you
that.
and I. Right, so that was what I was looking at last night. I'm like, wait a second, what time's the party? So I had to go back to the invitation.
Yeah.
Party begins at 7:30.
7:30, yes.
Giving me enough time to go from downtown LA at 6 over to my new hotel.
Right.
My new favorite place in Venice.
Yep.
Okay, and then I can still make it at 7:30.
Correct.
I mean, I want to be on time.
Oh, yeah, no, on time. Yeah, you want to be the first one there.
Well, wait a second, George. What time are you getting there?
After I'm done with the show, I'll probably just go.
Yeah, but are you gonna do the show on Friday from the crib, or are you gonna do it from the studio?
I'm doing it from my house.
Okay.
It's closer to get to Mason's house from my house.
Yeah, right. It is.
Maybe I'll come to your house.
Yeah, do the show.
Maybe I'll
from
do the show
George's
from
You want to
George's
plug into
house.
something else?
Have you ever done the show at George's house?
I've not done the show at George's house, but I've been to George's house.
Yeah.
but
I've
I've not
never
done the
been.
show.
I've never been
Oh,
invited
it's a
to
lovely
George's
home.
house.
Oh, yeah.
George and Kelly
Lovely.
apparently don't like me.
No, they like you a lot. They like you a lot.
Cappy's been to my house. He actually did a cited conference call.
Yeah. Oh,
Did you
I had
really?
a whole Zoom call going on. I'm like, George, give me space.
Yeah.
Did it produce a buy? Did it produce anything good come out of
It was very productive, as a matter of fact. Yes, it was, indeed. So George's house has a little bit of business magic going in there.
Oh,
so maybe
right. You made deals.
So if you want to make a deal, come to my house.
Oh, do it at George's
maybe
house.
I should go to George's house on Friday and do the show from George's house.
Yeah, I don't know if Kelly's going to go along with that. Do you want,
you can.
Do you want? No. Do you want Cappy doing the show Friday from your house?
I don't think it's a huge issue if you really want to do it. I mean,
but
we just don't.
You can easily get to Mason's house in half an hour. I mean,
well,
I'm going to an hour and a half.
But George is going to be at home on Friday.
Well, because I'll be able to take a shower at my house and get dressed and go to Mason's.
I'm going to go to downtown LA. I'm going to do the studios at LA Live.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to drive to Venice.
Yeah.
Check into the hotel.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get cleaned up and look,
right. But
look the part.
downtown to Venice, you should be to John's point. You should be there pretty easy.
Okay. Yeah. Now we've got your. I would full itinerary.
Hold on.
Wait, I'm not done.
John would understand. I'd have to go way past Mason's house to go to mine
down,
to then double back
up. So Rachel asked me for the invitation. Because she says that I don't inform her of what's going on. Okay. And then she says there's always a theme, and then I don't know what the theme is. And so I gave her the invitation.
Yeah.
Is there a theme? Like, should I know about something? Like,
no, you'll all be surprised.
Okay, so wait. So how do you? Is there a dress code?
No, you're dressed fine.
Just like
dress
this.
like a normal person. I'm going to dress like a normal person.
Are you wearing what you're wearing right now?
Something like this.
You're not going to break out your Liberace suit?
No, I'm not going to wear a Liberace suit. I'm not a Sparkles guy.
Oh,
yeah. No, just for the Mandy's. 1 year.
Okay.
I was a Sparkles guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
it's a nice piece you're wearing today.
Thank you very much. It's
nice
my new
piece.
jacket.
This is my brand new one too.
I like it.
Let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Today is St. Patty's Day.
Yes, it is.
And I don't really have much exposure to St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Rachel and I were out there doing our walk, and we walked into a store, and she goes, "You need to wear something green tomorrow at Children's Hospital." And I went, "Well, I don't really have anything green." So she said, "Well, we're going to buy this shirt." I'm like, "But it's not like
it's not really green.
It's not like
it is.
St. Patty's Day green.
That counts as green. It's
greenish.
Forest green.
Right, and then I wore green underneath.
So that's that's kind of.
I'm trying to wear a little St. Patty's
No
Day.
Kelly green though.
No Kelly green.
Kelly green is bright green.
How come nobody else is wearing anything green?
Ireland can't.
Well, I have a little bit of green, and then I have
that's true.
I have a loud pocket square tonight for the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't play. I don't play the St. Patrick's Day. I haven't played it since college.
Okay, so St. Patrick's Day is like the same as Halloween to you?
Same as what's it like? It's St. Patrick's Day is the same thing as Arbor Day for me.
Arbor Day.
Yeah, Arbor Day.
Really?
I didn't even know when Arbor Day is.
Arbor Day,
I mean, listen, when I was young, I used to love St. Patrick's Day. I'd go out late, we'd go out and have beers and stuff and drink whiskey and whatnot when I was younger. But now I'm like an old fart.
There was a little game when I was in school where you could send a green carnation to somebody in school. Did you ever do this?
No.
And somebody would always wind up with 10 carnations because they were super popular.
Best looking girl.
And yeah,
10
exactly.
carnations.
And you'd get just one, and you'd be like, "Oh, I just got one." Making kids feel bad. The one girl with the 10 carnations.
So I worked in TV news for a lot of years, and on Valentine's Day, I would always laugh because the female reporters are super competitive with each other, and the first set of roses would show up. And the other girls would just stew until their roses showed up. And if any boyfriend or husband dropped the ball and didn't send them, it either led to a breakup or like 3 days in lockup.
Yeah, the doghouse
on the outside.
Right.
But for St. Patrick's Day, I don't think anybody cares.
So I don't care about St. Patrick's Day, but my daughter, who's a freshman at Cal Poly SLO, apparently, and I don't know if it's because the
Did
Mustangs.
I see a picture of you and her on Instagram?
That was last week.
Oh, okay.
That was last week. That was the other daughter who I dropped off at the train station.
Oh, got
who
it.
took the train from L.A. to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Did you know that you could take the train from L.A. to New Orleans and it ends at New Orleans? It doesn't
Can
go
I
on
just-
somewhere else.
My
It's an
mom
Amtrak, right?
and not
Yeah.
stepdad Leo took a train from Palm Springs to New Orleans for Mardi Gras maybe 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah, in 2
the
days.
entire country. I'm like, why would you do that?
I don't know, but my daughter loved it because she didn't want to fly. So she loved it, and she was sending me pictures like, Dad, I'm having dinner with this couple. They're on their 30th anniversary trip. We're having steaks and mashed potatoes and green beans in the dining
So
cart.
she's mixing and mingling.
She was. She was. And she said, you would love this.
Is she like you? She's a schmoozer?
Yes, total schmoozer. She meets people, gets to know their stories. But she said this, and you would love this, Mace. She said, when we make stops and we go out to just catch a little bit of fresh air, everybody's smoking doobies and then getting right back onto the train.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That makes
Do they
time go
allow
faster.
you to smoke on the train?
I don't think so. I think that's the problem. I think that's why
That's
they
an interesting question. Does it make you think? Does it make time go faster or slower if you have imbibed in cannabis?
I guess it depends. I think it depends on the vibe of the situation. If it's a situation you're like, oh, this is dreadful, then it feels longer.
Right.
If it's not, it goes faster.
Yeah, then you go to the observation cart and you sit on the
Whoa,
sofa.
is there ice cream here?
And you look.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
there's ice cream. Handles.
That whole refrigerator
Handles
right
ice
there.
cream.
Handles ice
He's going to
cream.
hook us
All right.
up.
It's fantastic.
Oh, thank you, Connie.
Yeah. all
By the
of
way,
the
my
ice cream is
sister-in-law,
great.
ladies and gentlemen, anesthesiologist here at Children's
Connie.
Hospital. Connie
Connie.
Price. Yes.
Give out that anesthesia. I already hit her up. I was like, yo, you get me some or what?
You really hit her up for a doggy bag of anesthesia?
Kelly's brother's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Cal Poly Slow, St. Patty's Day, 3:17 a.m. this past Saturday morning. 3:17 a.m. the party starts. And I'm like, wait, why? Like, why would you guys all be out?
Starts at 3:17
Thousands of kids running around campus at 3:17 a.m. drinking and partying for St. Patrick's Day. Does anybody understand?
And you're asking the question why?
Yeah, why?
Is there
why
like
not?
some sort of
Right.
Well, why not is fair.
Better question.
I mean, if
That's
I
a
was,
better question.
I would certainly do it if I was in college. I mean, we did
why
stupid
not?
stuff in college. I would definitely do it.
Dude, college game day this year was at Berkeley for the first time ever, and there were kids out there from midnight Pacific time until the next morning when college game day started. They were there 6 hours before the show, like packed.
That's commitment.
I think college sports has been ruined by money.
I heard what you said, and I honestly agree with you. Especially when it comes to the NCAA tournament.
I care more about the women than the men, and until Mason brought that up today, I didn't even realize it.
No,
but I do.
Your point earlier today about watching like an Arizona, and you said, I don't even know what conference they play in.
I don't.
Playing their conference championship against whoever they played. Okay,
Like Houston or
right.
somebody.
Like that is so strange now, and I think I heard you guys say Stanford and Cal playing in the ACC against like
is
Virginia
weird.
Tech or whoever.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I'm with you. The Pac-12 it hurt.
Although
I
I will
am less
say-
interested
But I
in
think
the
we feel it
tournament
more
than
here.
I've ever been.
I think so because
I think out west we feel it more because the Pac-12 is gone.
Right.
But
Right,
and
that's
here's,
right.
Here's the weird thing. I will say I was at COSM for the Kansas-Arizona game.
yeah.
Packed.
Right. But here's the
Well,
thing.
there's a chance that has more to do with COSM.
Yeah, right,
than
than
it
the
does
game.
with
Well,
the
but
game.
a lot of Arizona fans at that. At
A lot
that
of
game.
Zonies,
There's still
huh?
people.
And here's the thing. If you are an Arizona fan, though, like going to the Big 12 in basketball is perfect. Because if you were going to leave the Pac-12, you're going to one of the best basketball
Right.
conferences in America.
Yeah,
You get to
just
play
Oklahoma,
Kansas
Oklahoma
twice a
State,
year.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty
Or no,
awesome.
Oklahoma moved with
SEC.
Texas to the SEC.
Yeah,
right.
But I'm with you. The Pac-12 and the way it dissolved.
That's the problem.
And wait, it's only going to get worse because a bunch of like minor leaguers are all about to take over the name. As if they're
Right.
the Pac-12.
Right.
You know, like when
Yeah,
Colorado
right.
State.
Boise
yeah,
State.
right. When Colorado State is playing Boise State and they're like, hey, we're the Pac-12. We're like, not really. Not really.
Yeah. No,
Not really.
Well, but here's the thing. I think, maybe I'm wrong, right? I think in like a decade or so, eventually, since TV controls everything and it'll be Fox and ESPN, they're going to create – football's going to branch off, like Chip Kelly said a year or two ago.
Yep.
And it's going to be 64 schools or whatever it's going to be in the Power 5. And it's going to be 4 regions. And we're just going to get back to that. So it's basically going to be the Pac-12 again, except it's not going to have the Pac-12
But
name.
Mason brought up a good point the other day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really? Just the other day,
It
though.
does happen. Not
Yeah.
today, but the
when
other
you
day.
were talking about how strength of schedule isn't really
Yes.
important anymore, they need to make it more important.
Oh, yeah.
Or why would you, if you're Lincoln Riley, even want to play
Why would
Notre
you want
Dame?
to 2 losses and you're in the playoff? Why would you want a game against Notre Dame, potentially a third loss?
When you can play San Jose State.
Yeah, but I think that is going to be something they're going to look at. I feel like they have looked at strength of schedule. I mean, are we talking about basketball? Are we talking about football?
Football, college football playoff start.
I mean, basketball was egregious this past Sunday.
Dawn Staley came out today and said, look, we got a 2 seed. She goes, had I known that, I wouldn't have scheduled UCLA non-conference.
They got a 1 seed. They were the second-ranked 1 seed.
Right.
Is what they
but her point was, well, I played UCLA non-conference because we thought it would be entertaining, and I'm being penalized for it.
Yeah,
but are they? I think she's just saying that because she needs something to say to her kids.
She is the number 1 seed.
I think she's just trying to get her kids motivated, and she needs to do something.
But on the other count, on college football, why everybody in the SEC and everybody in the Big Ten who had 2 losses or less made the playoff.
Right, but
this
Alabama didn't get in, which was a huge deal, though.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, because they were doing everything. They were trying to do the mental. But a 3-loss team has
not been.
But they were trying to do the mental gymnastics to get Alabama in some way, shape, or form. Like it was setting up for that. I'm actually glad a school like SMU or Indiana got in instead of a 3-loss Alabama. Because it's got to mean something. You can't lose to Vandy at 6-6. You can't lose to a bad 6-6 Oklahoma team and get your ass kicked and get into the college football playoff.
Before we get out of here, there's one piece of sound I wanted to play. Brian, do you have this?
Yes.
No, don't play it, Brian.
Do you have it, Brian?
Don't play it, Brian.
Do you have it,
Brian? Don't